Hi guys, welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV. I am Barnaby Slater from the Spurred On podcast, and we're here for the live watch along of the Brighton and Hove Albion versus Tottenham Hotspur game. I'm here with Amir. Amir, welcome back to the channel. How are you doing, mate?
Thank you so much, Barnaby. You know, real pleasure to be here with you tonight, and I'm really looking forward to this match. You know, we're coming off a few victories. And if we can somehow sneak a little win here against Brighton, go into Bournemouth on a high, and then, you know, hopefully go into that new year rolling in with wins, be really, really good.
Couldn't agree with you. Really yeah, couldn't agree with you more, Amir. But it is a very dangerous game tonight. Yes, Brighton joined Tottenham in having numerous injuries, but the Amex on a winter's December late Christmas period night where all of their fans will have been in the pub all day and absolutely pumped to get one of the proper big boys at the Amex. It's going to be so tough. Shall we have a quick look at the team news with only about 4 or 5 minutes to go until kickoff? So in terms of Spurs, couple of interesting changes obviously needed to happen because of the injury to Christian Romero, but also an extra injury to Oliver Skipp. But let's go through it. It's Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro. Emerson Royale comes in at centre-half for Romero. Ben Davies on the left of the two centre-halves, and thank goodness Destiny Udogie back. I think that's a huge part of what we can do today. And then Pierre-Emile Højbjerg comes in just in front of the back four. Pat Matassar, Deki Kulusevski in the 8 or the 10, whichever way you look at it, but I love him in there. And then Brennan Johnson on the right, Sonny on the left, we assume, and Richarlison up front. I mean, we've got to talk about, first and foremost, I think, Royale coming in instead of Dyer for Romero. Is that what you expected, and is it what you wanted?
So, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, Barnaby. It's what I expected, because he did it a few weeks ago, didn't he, when Romero was out? And we were just talking off air. You know, with Royale coming in, he's one of these players. He oozes, you know, confidence in the way he holds himself, the way he conducts himself, but does he have that quality to play in an Ange system? I'm not fully convinced, but he's here to prove me wrong tonight, hopefully, and see if he can progress that ball quickly up the wing to Porro and up the wing to Kulu. Hopefully he can do the business tonight. I'm really hoping so.
If you were in Ange's shoes tonight, would you have picked Royale ahead of Eric Dyer?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
100%, I think, is a pretty forthright answer there. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg has come in the central defensive midfield role. Oliver Skipp has got an injury. To me, I have to say, that is terrible timing for Oliver Skipp, because I was saying it on yesterday's preview show. This is a key period for Oliver Skipp. If he wants to get the rhythm and the pace of the Premier League and show that he's got a place within this Ange squad, these games were going to be key. I've read a journalist came out, I think, on Twitter today and said that Dyer and Højbjerg have both been told that they can leave in January. But Højbjerg has to come in because Skipp has got another knock. I'm assuming you would think that Skipp would have played had he not been injured.
Oh, 100%. I was actually shocked coming in here and seeing him off the team sheet. I didn't hear anything about, you know, a knock or anything like that. So maybe it happened pre-match or yesterday, or I'm not too sure. But it is a worry for Skippy, because he hasn't ever really got a good run of games. And, you know, he does come in and he does well for the team. We saw with his last performance, you know, he did all right in there against Everton. And I was fully expecting him to see him start. But we do know that Pierre, you know, he's a model professional. He will come in here and he will give his all. You know, he will fight. Does he also lack a bit of the quality for an Ange system in playing the ball forward? Maybe a little bit. But, you know, hopefully he can come in here tonight and really do us a good job and make sure, you know, we're steady just in front of those defenders there.
Yeah, I've said it before on here, I'll say it again. I think the difference for Pierre is almost just like a millisecond or half a second. Yeah. It's like he wants to take that extra touch. He wants to be a touch more pragmatic than Ange will want him to be, and I think that's why if we get a bid of upwards of £20 million, I can see him leaving this January, and maybe that's why those Conor Gallagher rumours won't go away. Let's look at the bench here. Fraser Forster, Brian Hill, Eric Dyer, Gio Lo Celso, Ashley Phillips is on the bench as well. Santiago, Donnelly, and Valise and Dorrington. 3 centre-halves on the bench. The only kind of visible threat for me coming off the bench, Gio Lo Celso, who has kind of come back from that injury and looked great when he came on the other day.
Well, for sure, you know, Lo Celso has come into the team and done really well. Although, you know, I would say that some of these youngsters, they really could have an effect on the game. Someone like Donnelly, Santiago, they've been doing really, really well there in the under-21s. They've been showing a lot of quality. That's why they're on the bench. That's why they're in the mix, you know, us being so thin with all the injuries. So I think there's definitely some quality there on the bench that can affect the game. I'm hoping, we won't need them, and we'll get some early goals, and we'll be up by the second half.
Yeah.
But if needs be, I can definitely see Lo Celso coming on and impacting. And like I said, I fancy some of the youngsters maybe to come on here and have an impact.
And for someone who has openly talked about how important youngsters are and bringing people through from the academy is to the club, not only the club but to the way that he plays. Are you surprised that Big Ange hasn't given them a few more minutes by this stage already?
I think it's one of those ones. It's a tricky one, It's almost, you don't want to put them in too early and set them up for failure.
Yeah.
So I think he's been taking it, very risk averse at the moment. But I can see them with the amount of games we have coming up over the new year. Bournemouth, Burnley coming up. I can see them getting some minutes in the next few games.
Yeah, I think it's very possible that Burnley Cup game, especially with the amount of injuries they've got, might well lead to some of those players getting some extra action. So the game is just about to kick off. Spurs have the kick-off.
Come on, you Spurs.
With us kicking from right to left as the camera shows us. I think it's pretty important to say as they take the knee that Brighton have also got a long injury list. I'm going to take you through their injury list of just a few of the players that I rate. Mitoma, Fati and Cissé, Solly March, Tariq Lamptey and Veltman. All good players, and it will make a difference. But I'm expecting this to be a very difficult game and a game full of goals with both teams determined to press high. And it shows straight away as Vicario is pressed and gets the ball into midfield with Deki Kulusevski, and Destiny Udogie plays it into Son. Some lovely stuff down the left flank.
There.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Spurs are looking good here. Got a good chance. Lay it off and get it across the front. Oh, it's not the best ball from Rishi,
Bit behind him.
But a good start from Spurs. Breaks to Sonny just outside the box and tries to play it in. So 30 seconds gone. Spurs put under pressure with Vicario on the ball, but he found the right pass into Kulusevski, who gave him an option in central midfield and did well. And that's a good start also for Emerson Royale, who just took João Pedro on and won a foul in central midfield, showing his confidence early on. And Sonny, they played it straight to Sonny, who's offside. What do you make of this kit? We're in our third kit, which we played with first against Fulham in the League Cup, and there was some rumours back in that League Cup game that we lost 1-0. We lost on penalties in the end. The rumours that the players were struggling to see each other with the kit. Do you have any strong opinions on it?
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't even know what colour that is, to be honest with you. So I can definitely see why there was a bit of confusion. But hopefully here with Brighton, there shouldn't be any confusions with their kit.
Yeah.
Should be all right. But yeah, I'm not even sure what colour you'd call it.
I think it's one of those kits where, the fans are all like, we hate it. And then suddenly if they have a good win in it or something big happens, like that green kit.
Oh, here we go.
Like that green kit we had, which we ended up winning in Amsterdam, going through to the Champions League final. Everyone hated it until suddenly it became an absolute cult classic because of that victory. Wax Cavern says, ugly kit. Yannick Emo says, I hate that kit. And is that orange or pink? Connor says, it's taupe haze. That's the official answer to your question. So Brighton trying to get out into central midfield, but Højbjerg closes them down. It's got a zip to this game already, hasn't it?
It does indeed. It does indeed. And we've started all right. We're on the front foot. We're just lacking a bit of that quality there in the final third. If we can get a good ball into the box, create an opportunity for Sonny or Kulu, Richie, we were saying before the game as well, I think it's going to come down to who's clinical today. There will be chances in this game, and hopefully we can be the ones to be a little bit more clinical and put the ball in the back of the net.
Absolutely right. Lovely stuff on the right-hand side there. And we've won a foul just outside the box in what I would describe as James Maddison range, but unfortunately not on the pitch.
No, not on the pitch, and doesn't look like he'll be around for at least another month or so.
Who do you fancy stepping up for this one then? So it's on the right-hand side of the box, I'd say about 24 yards out. Sonny takes them for South Korea, but I wonder if Kulusevski, Porro's lining it up.
I was thinking Porro as soon as it came up. Yeah, I was thinking Porro. Yeah, he's got a mean right foot there on him.
Do you know what? I think it's more like 28, 29 yards actually. Maybe I was doing
a bit far out.
Yeah, it's quite far out. So he's going to have to put some pace on it. But why not? Just with these, I always think just make the keeper make a save. Do you know what I mean? Just
put it in
trouble
that
him.
Put it in that area.
And even if you get it bouncing just before him, so Porro stepping up. Let's have a look.
Come on, Pedro.
Here we go. No, it's hit the wall. Spurs love hitting the wall from direct free kicks. Do you know what? I'm just going to tell you a story about when I basically called something for many, many years. But I always said when Harry Kane used to step up for direct free kicks and he never, ever got one on target, I always said he should take free kicks like Alan Shearer used to, which is like someone lay it off to him and whack it. And then in pretty much his last home game, he did it, and he scored. And then never do we see him playing in the shirt again, pretty much. Højbjerg taking the ball in his own box from Vicario, who's, as expected, being very brave. Decky does well there, taking the ball from Vicario. And it's good stuff from Spurs. Play. That's what I'm talking about with Højbjerg there. He's actually done well there, but I felt anyone else might have laid it off first time. But this is a lovely little transition from Spurs. Not a transition, a bit of pattern play. We've got it with Sarr, and it's gone down the right. Johnson dinks it up to the back. There's nobody there.
Nobody there. Udoggy's going to pick it up, though.
Destiny Udogie.
Come on, Udoggy. Put it in the mixer.
An absolute beast.
Oh, he is. And he's only 20, Barnaby. He's only 20 years of age. It's unbelievable.
He's only 20. I saw a good article on the BBC website about him today, which said, just as Brighton break up our play and have a little transition here, say that Udogie is actually much taller than you expect, at about 6'2" or something.
Oh, wow.
Royale out of position badly here as Welbeck takes it wide. They've got players in the box here, Brighton. It's good stuff from them. Yeah, Welbeck's in down the side. Good chance. Good save from Vicario. And Udogie clears. That's where, I said it in the pre-match, all the danger, I think, for Spurs will come down those wide angles. Those wide areas, sorry.
That was heart-in-mouth moment there. Welbeck was in, round the back, you know. I thought he was a bit selfish there going from the shot. I think he could have actually laid off the ball there in the middle.
Yeah.
Vicario did well, though.
Yeah, he did. It was a regulation save, but he got enough distance on it to mean there wasn't a rebound. One thing I will say is, regular watchers to these watch-alongs will know, I like to talk about the script element, and of course, Welbeck being an ex-Arsenal player, big script opportunities. Chance for Brighton. Another chance going to be a goal. What a save from Vicario.
Unbelievable. I thought that was in.
It was definitely going to be a goal. It might even have been from Welbeck. And he pulls off an unbelievable save from just about, I think, 15 yards out. It was Welbeck. He should have scored. I mean, it's a great save. Flies to his left, decent height, and now Spurs are on the attack with Udogie. What a game already. We expected this to be a game like basketball, and it is. It's end-to-end.
Oh, unlucky, Sonny. Come on, better than that.
Yeah, you've got to be a bit more committed to your pass there, Sonny. Lovely from Ben Davies there. Okay, so sorry, Ben Davies then just won the ball back in central midfield. The game is end-to-end already. I just wanted, basically, the ball broke to Welbeck about, I'd say, 12, 13, 14 yards out.
Like that, yeah.
He had a great chance to just hit it first time, had the goal gaping. And I think Vicario, I used to be a keeper, I think Vicario kind of predicted what was going to happen because he got across so well. Let's have a look. Talk us through it. Do you know what? It's more like 12 yards out.
It's very close.
It's 12 yards out. And also, Vicario was getting... Yeah, he predicts that.
He predicts that, yeah.
He had to take a risk. He took the risk because he was on the floor already from diving for the first one. It's an unbelievable save.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable stop. Big Vic keeping us in it like he did against Everton.
It's 10 yards out. It's not even 12 yards. Welbeck genuinely has a look on his face like he cannot believe he saved it.
He didn't hit it hard enough, though. Didn't hit it hard enough.
He was just making sure... because the keeper wasn't even up. Unbelievable save. Already.
Do you
think, good chances in this game.
Do you think that Big Vic is going to be our Peter Schmeichel?
I'd love that.
Oh.
Tell you what, I'd love that. Yeah,
that guy used to save United about 20 points on average. A season.
He did. Brighton have given it away in central midfield.
Come on.
Brennan Johnson is in on the right now. No one in the box. He's going to have to hold this up.
Kulu's there. Kulu.
It's a corner. It's done well there. He had to hold it up at the byline because we hadn't got into the box. Sonny wasn't in the box where Charleston had come deep. Brennan Johnson playing tonight without his head protector, which I think will make it easier for him to play. He's got a Barnaby-esque scar on his forehead. I've got one on my left cheek. He has decided to try and copy me with one just above his eyebrows. Corner to Tottenham Hotspur. We've taken it quickly. Kulusevski's got it. He's going to whip this. This is a good position for Kulusevski. Oh. And now Brighton can break. Get up. Get up. Get up. Okay, and we press them back to their back four and back to their keeper, who has to go long. First 8 minutes has flown by. Absolutely flown by.
It's been frenetic. Yeah. It's been really frenetic. Unfortunately, we haven't created a good opportunity yet, whereas Brighton have had two now, two very decent opportunities with Welbeck in behind there.
I feel like it's just kind of bounced to them a little bit more around the box, but yeah. We need to get Sonny in this game with some running space at his fullback. Oh, what a ball from Vicario to Johnson. Good clearance with his head. Decky might have a dig here, No, it just didn't fall for him. Sonny out wide on the left. I like these little interplays between Sonny and Decky. Really big fan of that. Out to Højbjerg. He's taking up some good positions early on in CDM, I have to say. Look at that from Udogie. Look where he is.
Beautiful. Go on, Sonny.
Oh, do you see what I mean?
So he's going to hit that.
That's where the ball didn't quite break for us. Do you see what I mean? But lovely play just outside the 18-yard box from Tottenham Hotspur. And now it comes back to Royale and Højbjerg, who tries a Cruyff turn and does well there.
He's done well there.
Oh, and tell you what, Udogie's... he's not going to get that, is he? No.
Oh, he's not quick enough.
Unlucky. Good stuff from Højbjerg, though. Just a bit too much juice on that through ball to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who'd made a decent run. They're now showing the Welbeck chance again. It looks like it's a very blustery day at Brighton as well.
This was the first one.
Yeah, good first save from Vicario. Yeah, he is selfish.
He's selfish. Look, he plays on his own there.
Absolutely. 10 minutes gone. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Guys, would you rather want Son injured or Vicario injured? My answer is neither.
Stop. None of that. No more injuries, please.
My answer is neither, but I think Vicario is absolutely vital for us. I have to say, Højbjerg.
If that ball's better, he's in.
So Brighton just played the ball out defence, and Højbjerg really predicted it well. It was quite transparent. He read it well. And then he took his touch, and he'd seen what he wanted to do. And instead of kind of changing his mind at the last minute because the pass wasn't there, you know, it takes too long for him a little bit. He's a good player. He'll make a very good player for someone else. You know, Conte and Mourinho loved him. He's a perfect player for that kind of manager. Yeah. But for Ange, he wants his players who are more instinctive and able to do things a bit quicker.
Look, let me put it in perspective. If that was Maddison in that position, you'd fancy him slipping Richie through there.
I mean, to say we miss Maddison is one of the understatements of the century. But same with Van der Ven, yeah.
Go on, Sonny.
We need to get... Sonny's been like this a bit the last couple of games, just taking mad little touches when it's really easy. But you've got to say,
back there.
Against Everton, he did, of course, score the one chance. So he just seems a bit off it. I hope that knock hasn't come back. Brighton now getting some good space down the left-hand side with James Milner. He's going to look to whip across in, is he? No, brings it back out. Got to go with him, Sarr. João Pedro. Stand up. Stand up. Oh, they're in again. Another great chance. Goal. Oh. Who is that? That's the right back. Hinchelwood, is it? Yeah, Hinchelwood. He just blasts it, and it kind of goes down the middle.
He was on his own there.
Yeah,
he was completely on his own.
The ball came across the box all the way to the full-back, who's on his own about kind of 16 yards out, and he just puts his laces through it. 1-0 to Brighton. Can we hope for some kind of VAR intervention? I doubt it. It looked like it was...
It looked onside.
It looked very onside. We've just given away a few of those chances already, yeah. All of that came, I have to say, from a mad bit of play from Heung-min Son, where he had the ball in very easy possession and let it hit both his feet while it was just there. Where is the left back here? Udogie's come in very narrow, but there are two people. Yeah, he's 12 yards out and he's just put his foot through it.
That's poor defending, that is. No one putting a foot in there. He had 5 players around him and no marking there of Hinselback. It's very poor defending for me.
Yeah.
And he's hit it so hard, I can't really blame Big Vic for that one. He's
and it's just sat up for him on the kind of half volley as well. Yeah, it's past him before he can get his hand up.
It's sat up so perfect for the shot, and he's rocketed it into the net.
I'm not one to kind of blame people needlessly, but what I would say just about Son, which is interesting, is just in these last 2 games, he has really struggled just with basic little things. I don't know what's happening, whether... Yeah, I think I was mentioning it.
His touch is a bit off.
Yeah.
His touch is a bit off.
It's just getting the ball stuck under his feet unnecessarily. One thing I would say is, you know, you can score too early, and that's what I'm hoping for. But
let's hope so. Let's hope so.
But you're right, it was terrible defending, to say.
Yeah, poor.
Oh, dangerous here. Oh, Sarr's done well there under pressure. And... what we didn't really want is to get the fans really behind them and motivated early doors. Well, that's a foul.
We need to stay focused here, though. Not let our heads drop. Start keeping our game going.
Oh, Rishi. Is that the first time we've conceded first in quite a long time?
It is. It is indeed.
Is Man City the last time? I think really.
So, yeah. I think so. I think it would have been City.
1-0, Brighton. 13 minutes gone. Tottenham... I thought made a good kind of start in the first 3-4 minutes, and then since then haven't really done a lot, has to be said. And Brighton zipping it around as Brighton tend to do, and they've got their heads up now.
They've got a player down there. I don't know if he's taken a knock.
Very impressive from Steele, the keeper, the way that he draws the opposition on really well. But we
well
won it
back there. That's very good.
Got to give it easy,
Very
Royale.
good pressing.
Well done.
Sar's there. That's it.
No, he's not going to get to that. And he's going to give a foul, the ref, for that, is he? No, he hasn't, I don't think.
Surely.
Oh, and we've played it early, which we love to do.
Go on,
Johnson's
Richie.
done well. Go on, Rishi, bang it. Oh, it just was a heavy touch. Is that a corner?
No.
No, he's given a goal kick, the linesman. Let's see. Does Rishi think it was a corner? No, I think the liner gave it as a goal kick, and the ref's given it as a corner. Oh, and then now the linesman has overruled the ref. Yeah. Also known these days, of course, as the assistant referee, I should be saying, showing my age there. We need to make Richarlison some chances, that's for sure. He's not in the game as yet.
No, we haven't been since the 5th minute, unfortunately, Barnaby. You know, as soon as they got those kind of chances, it got their, confidence up, and then they managed to create the 3rd chance, which they buried. So we need to gather our thoughts, gather our heads, and get back in this game as soon as possible.
That's well done from Emerson Royale.
That's the way to do it. Hit it.
Needs a chance. It's too tight. Do you see what I mean?
Why is he not hitting
But what
that?
I would say is that was something that happened for them, and it broke all the way across the box for a chance, whereas it's just not bouncing off the legs to us. But our pressing is great at the moment.
But Kulu had a chance there to smash that.
Yeah, he should have smashed it, maybe, I think.
Should have smashed it.
Well done, Højbjerg.
None of this perfect goal stuff, We need to just smash the ball in the back of the net.
I think he saw bodies in front of him, and thought it would be blocked. But yeah, it could have got deflected. You never know.
That's it. You get a rebound. Johnson's there. You never know. You got to shoot to score.
Yeah, that's not a bad move from Højbjerg there. He's just put too much on it. He tried to turn them over the top. I'm not sure if Ange will love it, but Steele back with the ball again. I think both teams to score in this game was going to be one of the easiest bets of all time, and that early goal will really help with that. It's just very important that we don't concede the next one.
This pressing is very good, though. We're managing to, recycle the ball here time
Ben
after
Davis.
time, but that's just wasteful. By
Ben Davis, who's been brilliant with the ball at his feet in the last few weeks, has just played a terrible ball, and Brighton are now on a good break on the right-hand side with Hinchelwood, the goal scorer, lays it back. And it comes in. They're playing some good stuff here, Brighton. Now back into central midfield with Dunk and out wide. It's good stuff in here. They're in. Oh, it's a vital touch from Pedro Porro as a slide rule ball was played into the inside left channel. He just got a slide little touch on it, and it went back to Vicario. And now we're playing it in our own box, and Davis has another chance. Oh, wow, what a brave touch from... Oh, my God. Yeah.
Giving it away again.
Decky has just given a ball to Højbjerg that you'd probably say Bissouma would have been able to deal with, but Højbjerg wasn't. And now they're back in the box. They've got a chance here. João Pedro's going to dig it. It bounces off Vicario. It's another save. And it bounced off him, and we've got it back. And Richarlison hasn't been able to hold it up, but it's
managed to
free
get a free
kick.
kick there, but they're all over us, to be honest, Barnaby. They're all over us.
Well, I think the thing is when they do, we're pressing really well and winning the ball back a lot, but when we give the ball away, they are right at us. They are right at us each time. João Pedro kind of took it from the right side. It's straight at Vicario,
But
and
you
it
see what
bounces
I mean?
off him.
By shooting there, he's created the second chance, of the ball coming back and maybe them getting a shot on it. So I don't know why we're faffing around with it there around the box. Sometimes you just need to shoot, and
Yeah.
we haven't created anything yet of
No,
note.
I think I'd agree that when we get in and around the box, we do need to kind of take some more pot shots, which is something that we really struggled with. I think it was in the Villa game a bit as well, especially when we were kind of losing. That's a good flick from Sonny. Decky on his way back, but that's good defending. You've got to keep pressing the keeper there, Decky. Come on, Sonny. You've got to press him too there. They're so good at this, Brighton, just kind of bringing the opposition team out to press them and then nipping it round us.
Very, very decent side. Very, very decent side, and also a fantastically run football
Sonny's
club.
got to press this guy now. He's a step off it at the moment, Son. But we've won it back.
Go on.
Well done. Man on, Sarr.
Oh, no one's giving him a shout there.
Yeah, the ball broke to Sarr just on the edge of the box. Well up, Ben Davis. One of the difficult things about our recent results against Brighton, even though we got a good record, a lot of the goals have been scored by Harry Kane. So,
well, how many times?
Gonna have to do something a bit different tonight.
How many times has that man bailed us out?
Yeah, absolutely.
What a professional that guy is, though. James Milner still playing. How old is he? He must be 38.
Very old, yeah. Very, very old. And they've just given us a stat that he's scored 3 times for previous clubs against Spurs.
Oh, God.
Do you see what I mean from Pierre there? He's taken a touch.
It's sloppy.
He's taken a touch where he shouldn't be.
That's brilliant, though, by Sarr.
Yeah, that is great from Sarr. Destiny,
Come
don't
on, you
lose
doggy. Fight for it. Oh.
It's a real game of pressing, and Brighton have just pressed us and won the ball back. And they're running at us now with João Pedro against Porro. He's done well to corner.
I thought it came back off the defender. But
the Brighton fans are really behind them, and this is exactly what we didn't need. But a corner comes in. Vicario just telling his defenders exactly where he wants them. Obviously, the big threat, Lewis Dunk, is a big old bloke. He'll be coming in late, I would have thought. And yeah, definitely a very blustery day. You can see the wind really affecting Vicario's shirt. Just waiting for the corner to come in.
It's howling on the south coast.
Dunk being marked by Pierre Højbjerg, which is a bit of a mismatch, to be honest. Whips in. Vicario got to be strong. Oh, it comes. Oh, they've hit the post. They've hit the post. They've got to get rid of it here. What's he appealing for?
Handball, I think.
They're appealing for a big handball and penalty. Yeah. And this is definitely going to be checked. Brighton really felt strongly that they've got a penalty there. They hit the post from the first header. I'm never ever comfortable when Spurs are defending set pieces at the moment. We very rarely make the first contact.
Oh, Richie and Sonny, they're not able to connect. And again, Brighton come at us.
It's still being checked. They're saying that Kulusevski, Andy Townsend's on COCOM saying it looks like a penalty, and the ref hasn't stopped the game. Or it hasn't been told that it's been cleared. Yeah, now the ref is stopping the game.
Oh, God.
They haven't shown us a replay, but this is not good news whatsoever. It's about a shirt pull, apparently. Let's have a look. Ball comes in. Header hits the post. Oh, get off. Get off. In slow motion, this will look bad, but it's really nothing. Oh, my God. In slow motion, they're saying you can't hang on and hang on. But in slow motion, it looks like it's for a long time. But it's really nothing. And it's going to be a penalty, and it's just the game has gone. If he hasn't given it on the pitch, it shouldn't be being overturned. I'm sorry. What do you think?
I think it's silly by Decky, because he knows in the modern game, you know. Obviously, if that's 10 years ago, there's no way that is a pen. But in this modern game, if you pull a shirt and you're in the box, you're running the risk. I agree with you that there's hardly anything in there, but that's just silly. Look, he's got his whole hand there pulling his shirt. As much as I'd like to say that that's not a pen.
But look, he's got a shirt and Welbeck's acting like he's been pulled back by a crane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. Welbeck's playing to the choir, you know, definitely. But
it's going to be given.
It's going to be
They're
given.
only watching it. They're literally only watching it at slow motion as well.
Oh, my God. It's going to be given 100%.
Yeah. None of these refs are brave enough to not do it.
No.
But Spurs got lucky from the first one, not imposed. Yeah, it's a pen.
Yeah.
Okay, we need Vicario now to help us out. Big time.
Big time. But this is the thing. This is, again, I would put that into the, you know, Bissouma, red card, Udogie, suspension, red card. I would put that in the same, you know, it's such a silly thing to do. It's not even necessary.
I think he'd argue that Welbeck's going to just put it in if he doesn't try and do something.
Yeah, but I'd take the risk of that than giving them a pen.
So, Vicario, renowned in Italy for being a penalty stopper, hasn't saved one for us yet. João Pedro looks like he's going to step up.
Come on, Big Vic. Come on. You got this.
I've got a feeling he's going to go down the middle here. What do you think?
I think he's going to the right.
What, as he looks at it?
Yeah, as he looks
at it. So the keeper's left?
Keeper's left, yeah.
Okay, I've got a feeling he's going to try and chip it down the middle. No, he's gone. We wouldn't have saved it. He's gone to the left. And it's 2-0 Brighton. I said at 1-0, we got to make sure we get the next goal, but they're all over us here. And maybe this is a step too far for Tottenham Hotspur with all the injuries we've got and conceding twice early. What I will say, just trying to go a bit glass half full, is Everton went 2-0 down early for us, and when we were at home in the last game, and it made us kind of drop off a little bit. All we can hope is that maybe Brighton will drop off a little bit. We can get the next goal, maybe try and keep it to 2 or 2-1 at half-time, and then bring Gio Lo Celso on, who I think could be a kind of player who could do for us what Andre Gomez did for Everton, who really changed that game. But it's not looking good at the moment.
Who would you take off Højbjerg and put Saad back there?
I mean, it's not going to happen anytime soon, but yeah, probably would do that, yeah. But look, once you've got lucky and it's hit the post, you've got to be the first ones. I mean, what I'd also say is their guy has tugged back one of ours first on the floor. But anyway, it was a penalty, I think.
You know, if you're going to give a pen for that, there'd probably be 3 pens a match, you know, because there's all of that going on in the box if you look at every corner. But again, it is just a bit silly by Decky. It was, I don't know, very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Oh my God, he's had 7 penalties this season.
Something going on there.
Brighton are doing all right.
Something going on there.
Brighton are doing all right. We've only had 1 pen this season.
We barely get anything, do we?
Anyway, Brighton playing some good stuff here. Well done, Pierre. Won the ball back there.
Go on, Kulu.
Look at that. Oh. Right, go on, Rishi. Run at him. Go on, Rishi. Go on, be strong. Be strong. Oh, he could have been braver there. Brennan and Rishi could have been a bit braver there. The keeper was braver than him. It just broke in between Richarlison and Brennan Johnson in the box, and their keeper, Steele, was just a bit braver and got there first. Only 1 shot so far from Spurs, 8 from Brighton with 5 on target. It has been one-way traffic, 25 minutes gone. I did wonder if Brighton were going to be really up for this big Christmas game and stuff, and so far it has proven so. And we just don't look dangerous going forward. Son is off it for sure. Oh, what are you doing, Emerson Royal? He's done well there. Just did a step over with 3 players around him. Okay, Sonny, you've got a show now. He's got the ball left. He's driving inside, which he's good at. Why not have a dig there, maybe? Good ball. Nice.
Hit that. Oh.
Okay, you got to cut it back. Oh.
See what I mean? It's like they're scared
I
to
think
shoot.
you could have hit it. Yeah, I think you're right there. I think you could have hit it. Basically, it broke to Sarr about 19 yards out, and he could have just had a dig, and instead he's tried to lay in Johnson again, like you discussed, Amir, a little bit trying to find the perfect goal. Let's see what the comments are saying. Yeah, our keeper has been super busy already, says Doug Hill. JRD, this one's on Ange. Why isn't he starting Phillips? I don't think it's got anything to do with... I personally don't think it's got anything to do with the 2 centre-halves so far, I have to say. And I don't know if you've seen anything we haven't, but I've not seen Ashley Phillips play, so I'm going to trust that Ange sees him every day in training and knows more than I do. Got to say. Karabo Maffa, absolutely no discipline in this team. Son is loved by his teammates, but he's not strong enough character to hold his teammates accountable. Okay. Well, we got the ball out wide with Son now. Doggy passes it to him. This is kind of what I'm hoping for here, is Brighton kind of sitting back on their 2 for a while. And hopefully we can get the next one, which would be huge.
Skin him, you doggy. Go on.
Good football. Decky's in a good area here. Again. And he's had a shot. It's a corner. It's a corner. Son took a left foot shot and it was deflected wide.
It's something. It's something. It still wasn't really a good opportunity. It's just a bit of a pot shot from outside the box. But, you know, at least we've created another opportunity here from the corner, and hopefully Pedro puts in a good ball.
Yeah. Pedro Porro with the corner. He's going to whip it in.
Come on. We need a goal here. Come on, Richie. Get your head on this. Come on.
Yeah, Richarlison, Emerson Royal is in there as well. And
Davies is good.
Ben Davies can be good if he gets across the front. Here we go.
Decent
good
ball.
Delivery. It's easily cleared. Comes out. Doggy does well, gets it out wide again. And Johnson looked a bit offside. Chance here. Oh, God. That was just like Paul Gascoigne against Germany in the 1996 semi-final of the Euros. A brilliant cross across the front from Brennan Johnson, who looked offside. I don't know. I think he was just onside. Richarlison's just a step behind. He needs to kind of see that that's going to happen. He's so close to getting it, but if he'd just gone a bit earlier. Anyway, good stuff from Spurs there. A shot from Son deflected wide, followed by a good bit of movement and a good cross from Johnson. I love Johnson's crossing, by the way.
He's been doing well. He's been doing really well. He needs to get more assists and, you know, hopefully start getting on the score sheet as well. But since he's come in, he's definitely been providing that pace on the wing. We haven't seen too much of it in this match, but that was a great ball in. Shame Richie didn't anticipate it.
Yeah, it was, exactly. You're exactly right. It was just a lack of anticipation from Richarlison.
Anticipation, completely.
But just that last few minutes since the second goal, we've started to open them up a little bit more and make some chances. And this can happen at 2-0. The team can kind of drop off just 1% or 2. And the team who need it more can play their way into the game. This is what I'm hoping for in terms of being glass half full and not looking this as dreadful. But what I would say is if we concede the third, it could be ugly tonight.
Could be very ugly. We need the next goal, that's for sure.
That's a corner to Brighton.
If we can nick one here before half time, you know, I still think we're in this.
But this
if they get the third, we're done for.
This is a corner to Brighton, and Ben Davies, unfortunately, trying to play it out wide. It's pressed and it deflects off the opposition player onto Davis and out wide. And as we saw from their last corner, chances could easily be made.
Oh, God.
Got to be strong with this first ball here. They're bigger than us, but we've just got to win the first ball. Gross with the corner from the right. Outswinger. Well done, Richarlison wins the first ball there. And Udogie should just clear it, but doesn't, but gets his body in the way really well. I would be tempted to clear this down the line if I were you, Udogie here. Don't lose it. And he has lost it. It's going to be a corner, isn't it?
Goal kick, I think.
Oh, I'll tell you what. We've got lucky there. I think it's a goal kick. I think it's a corner. I bet if we see the replay here... Oh, Kulusevski misses the Bournemouth game because of this booking.
Oh, God.
He got booked for the penalty incident, and now that's his 5th yellow and another suspension.
It's time to play the kids. It's time to play the kids. You know, we're so thin. Who's going to come off the bench and influence this one? Come on.
Pat Matassar hasn't been in this game a lot so far. He could do with... he's made an interesting run there, though, but not got the ball. Andy Townsend on COCOM slagging off Kulusevski, saying he didn't do his defensive duty properly. I mean, I actually think it bounced up awkwardly, and Welbeck would have just had a tap in had he not tried something, but he just held on a bit long. And I think Welbeck was smart, wasn't he? He basically just thought, oh, I might win a penalty here. Felt something on his shirt.
And went down.
And went down kind of smartly. Come on, Sonny.
But that's the thing, you can't let the attacking player even have that option to go down like that. If he had just nudged him, maybe he could have got away with it, you know? The fact that he was just pulling on his shirt, it gave the VAR no option. But
he was behind him. He couldn't have nudged him. He was too far behind him, I think. He just lost the ball there with Destiny, but he's won it back and then lost it again. That's our ball. Well done, Sark. Oh, he's given it the other way. Yeah, Brighton just... I mean, not surprisingly, Brighton look like they just know their jobs a bit better than us at the moment. They're further down the project, and so all the squad have been with them. But a lot of injuries for them as well. I do think the next goal in this game is absolutely huge. But we're not playing great at the moment, it's safe to say. And they play out quite nicely down the line. Oof.
It's just too easy for them, though. Look. They've done this to us all game. They played out the back so well.
This is what Brighton are great at. Pat Matassar here looks leggy. He's got to be working back here, and he's not. Look, do you see what I mean? He's just jogging. I want to see more from him here. Come on, Pat. You've got to come back into the box. He's not. Look. And that's where he should be. And they've hit the post again.
They could be 3 or 4-0 up.
They could and maybe should be 3 or 4-0 up. But I have to say I blame Pat Matassar for that. I saw it coming from a mile out. It broke to the edge of the box, which is exactly where he should have been. And because he was only jogging back, I tell you what, with games like this, if players are jogging around, you can get absolutely dominated. Brighton have got the ball again, and they're in again down the middle. Vicario does well.
It's also a confidence thing, right? You've got Royale coming in for Romero, who brings such stability to that back line, and it just seems like as soon as you take him out of it, everything's gone to pot.
It was James Milner on the edge of the box, starts outside the post, bends it in, and it hits the post. He's absolutely unlucky. Ping zing. But Brighton have the ball again, and they're through again. Emerson Royal does all right. They're wanting a penalty, but they'll never get that. I'll tell you one of the big issues here is when you got Romero on the ball, he's less pressable, so they just wouldn't press him as hard because they know that he can play a really great ball through.
Oh,
that's a good ball.
Though.
Johnson's in.
He's in.
This is important. He's got 2 men to the left as well. Oh, he's taken a terrible touch.
What are you doing there, Johnson?
He had 2 men to the left of him. The ball just wouldn't come down for him. And then when he did, he took a terrible touch.
Terrible touch.
It was a ball straight through from Porro. Plays an unbelievable ball. Look, Richarlison and Sonny are to his left. He just needs to get it down and play it in.
What has he done there?
Goes off for a throw-in, is it? Oh, another
He's
chance.
young, he'll learn. But that...
Another dink to the back. Is there a chance? Oh! Pat Matasar with a good effort there. A header, a cross came in from Brennan Johnson. Giving it offside anyway.
Offside.
Doesn't feel like it's our night.
No. But this is what I was saying about being clinical. You know, on another day, that's an opportunity that should be in the back of the net. That's an extremely good opportunity. They were basically 3-on-1. It was practically 3-on-1 if he had taken a good first touch there.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It was. Johnson just, it's almost like when the ball came over, because it came from so deep, it's almost like he turned the wrong way while looking for it. And therefore it took kind of a second more for him to work out exactly.
I also think he didn't decide what he wanted to do in his mind. He didn't know whether he wanted to pass or shoot. And in the end, he kind of just took a bad touch, and then he was forced to take a crap shot.
Yeah. Got the ball back. Emerson Royale to Ben Davies. Oh, my God. Well done, Pierre. Just beating the man there. He's been a bit braver than you usually see him sometimes. But Son out wide is not in this game at the moment. We need him to be.
Come on, Son.
That's a good ball to Decky. Oh, he can't get the ball under very easily there, Decky. There, and that's a foul. Oh, he's not. The ref's not giving it. And now they've got 3 breaking forward here, Brighton.
Come on.
Do you know what? Sonny was looking for that foul, and he didn't win it. And that's not a pass back. No, it's not a pass back because he's trying to do... Emerson Royale tried to do a back heel to clear the ball there, and they're appealing for a pass back, but his back heel was so bad that it flicked off the side of his boot straight to Vicario. Oh, my God.
He's megged him there.
He's megged him in the most dangerous area, but Spurs have it back. Decky's got to be better on the ball. Okay, here's a good effort. Good chance for Sonny to drive at his fullback here. Little step over and go to the left. He's not. He's gone inside. Good football, but again, it's not broken for us. Almost another... situation there where they've tried to play the perfect, difficult pass, and actually maybe one of them could have just taken a touch and had a dig.
I don't understand it, Barnaby. I don't understand it. We've barely created, anything today, and they're still not shooting.
I'm going to say this here, actually. Shoot. I actually just want Spurs to get in at 2-0 down so Ange can tell them to do something different.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's every chance we could go in 3 or 4-0 down here, and it'd be really ugly.
Do you know what? We're lucky to be only 2-0 down at the moment.
We are very lucky, yeah. It feels very much at the moment like a game too far for Tottenham Hotspur during this very difficult period.
We were saying as well before the match, this one is critical. If we could go out and actually get a win here, it would be so vital for going forward. And the fact that we've really shot ourselves in the foot here with this 2-goal deficit, it's very frustrating.
Son, play it easy there. That's a foul. You got to book him for that, ref.
He's not going to.
He should book him for that because that's telling you can't foul people from behind. Sorry, that was just Sonny took the ball with his back to play in his own half, lays it off back to the centre-back, and the guy comes through him, Hinchelwood, who's the guy who scored the first goal. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. Daniel Wright, feels like we have no chance in this match. Nick Karma, Kulusevski is too predictable with limited talent. I think that's a bit of a weird take, to be honest, mate. He's had a great last kind of 5 games in that 8-10 role. We're seeing a replay, and Brighton have won the ball back again from the replay, during the replay, which is one of my pet peeves, as any of you who watch me on these watch-alongs regularly will show. Now Brighton breaking into a decent area. Yeah, well back out wide, and there's a player free in the middle. He must be offside. He must be offside. He scored, but he's offside. It looked to me like Spurs kept a good line there. Let's hope nobody has just dropped back too deep.
Again, it's too easy. It's so easy for them.
It's incredibly dangerous when you don't press the player with the ball. Look how easy it is for them to just make an easy cross.
He is off.
Yeah, he's off.
It's just so easy. If he had timed his run there, he would have been in again, and it would have been 3-0.
37 minutes gone, but he was about 2 yards off. Ben Davies applauding his back four. But at the moment, Spurs are struggling, to say the least, as Vicario plays it up to Richarlison, who loses the first ball, and Brighton get it back. It's just coming straight back at us in this last 5 minutes. And for the majority of this half, it has to be said, Brighton absolutely got their tails up here. And we need something to happen, basically. We need something to happen to make them doubt themselves, because they're doing this pretty easily at the moment. Destiny gets it back to Vicario, who's going to give it to Emerson Royale, who is pressed, needs an option.
There you go. That was that pressing of Royale again you saw there, and they've got it back.
That's what he's been asked to do. He's pressed well. The Brighton fans are absolutely loving this. The commentator's talking about the discomfort that the Tottenham defence are feeling. Well, we've got 4 fullbacks playing, but we've won the ball up now. Højbjerg, give it to Son. Right, Son has a good chance to run at his the defenders now. Højbjerg makes a good break. Get it across the front, Pierre. Chance
Richie.
Chance on.
Oh,
He's blocked. Didn't get hold of it, did he? Just broke to Son on his left foot, slightly under his feet. Doesn't get much on it, and it's blocked well. But Højbjerg did all right there.
I think Richie could have been a bit greedier there and maybe just taken a touch and shot himself.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. It's just not quite breaking for us in the way that it did in that first kind of few minutes for Brighton.
At least we're creating a couple of things here towards the end of the first half.
Yeah.
It's just not enough. And
Don't foul him.
We're not being clinical enough on the ball.
Yeah.
With our passing in the final third and our decision making. You know, if Johnson makes a better decision, boom, it's 2-1. We're back in it.
Yeah. Completely agree. And we're just playing it around our back four, but Brighton pressing us so high that we're having to go all the way back to Big Vic. And I can imagine somewhere in Italy, Antonio Conte watching this, having absolute kittens at some of the football that Ben Davies and Emerson Royal are being forced to play out from the back. But that's the way it is now. We have to take the rough with the smooth. And I think it's fair to say we are well ahead of where we expected Spurs to be at this stage. And these matches are going to happen. How can we bounce back from this first half of adversity? Can we get the next goal? Can we get a result here in a similar way to we have done against Sheffield United, say, earlier in the season? We need to get the next goal, though.
Similar to the way United did it the other night. They were two down.
They were 2-0 down to Villa, but they were at home, which does make a difference.
It does indeed. It does indeed. Like you said, the next goal is critical for us going forward here. We could really do with one before half-time.
I have to say, Brighton's press on our back four is absolutely killing us at the moment. And to say it's not a huge surprise would be an understatement, playing four fullbacks.
Well, not just that as well. That the instability in the midfield. You know, you're looking at Skip coming out of the team where he just got his break without Maddison. You know, there's so many players there missing. Bentancur's missing.
Yeah.
You know,
but we're not going to use it as excuses like Ange should say. Destiny Udogie just had a good amount of space in midfield. Sonny was making a good break down the left, and Destiny just put too much on it and it went out. And it was a good chance for Spurs to make a chance, and it didn't happen. And now Brighton breaking forward through midfield. Sarr has been anonymous in this first half, I have to say. He is at least getting behind the ball now. I mean, I've not thought of it before this moment, but is there an element of a potential of Pat Matasar knowing he's got the African Nations Cup coming up and not wanting to get injured and missing it? So he's maybe just 2% off his maximum. It's got to be going through their heads. If they really love playing for their country, it's got to be going through their heads that the biggest tournament in their region is just about to start. Brighton are in here, and he's miles onside. Emerson Royal has got back well. Oh, now he's given it his offside. I thought he was miles on, I have to say. He looked about 2 yards on to me, but linesman seems short.
He looks onside.
He's level. He's level.
Yeah, he looks onside.
He is level.
Some things never change with the officials.
Similar to the Johnson one, though, the ball kind of came through to him on the bounce, so he had to wait for it to come down, and Emerson Royal, thankfully, got back just in time. We're doing things a bit more direct now, you see, from Vicario because of the press, but Brighton winning those first balls too, and they have the ball back again. And it goes back to their keeper. Richarlison hasn't even had a kick, has he, in this game?
No, he hasn't had a sniff.
Sonny, don't lose the ball there. That's a foul. Jesus, the referee is... Oh, finally he gives a foul, but not for the first one. Højbjerg won that foul there. He's going to want to take it quickly. And the ref is... Go on, book him then. Book him.
Doesn't want to get his cards out of his pocket.
Yeah, now he has booked him.
Oh, finally.
He's booked the 40. Is that Billy Gilmore?
Finally.
That's the kind of thing that can... Oh, it's Buonanotte, sorry. But that's the kind of thing that can change a game because he might accidentally then find himself in a silly 50-50, lose it, get sent off, and then we can put the pressure on. That's the kind of thing we need. We need something to change.
We need to rile them up. We need to make them work for it. You know, it's been way too easy for Brighton today to create chances, get in behind us, pepper our goal.
Oof.
Richie nearly falling over there, but he's done well.
He has. Pedro Porro now on the ball in the inside right position.
Good ball in.
Sarr. Destiny's free. Oh, dearie me. Pat Matasar just played an absolute nightmare of a pass. And I don't know, I assume he's not listening to me, but I did just suggest that maybe he's 1% or 2% off it tonight. Wouldn't surprise me if he came off at half-time based on what I've seen, I have to say. But whether Ange has seen it or not, I don't know. Højbjerg thinks they're in at the back there. Brighton have the ball back again. We kept a high line and they couldn't play the through ball, but Højbjerg lost it in central midfield. He thought that it was a handball and waited and didn't chase back. And now Brighton have the ball again. It's 43 minutes gone. I would just like to get it to 45 at this point. I have to say they've scored 2. They've hit the beans on toast a couple of times. And frankly, it's been one-way traffic. Spurs have not been good.
No. Probably the worst half all season, I'd say even. You know, we've barely created anything. We've let them in so easily. Honestly, it's like our defence wasn't even there some of the time.
Completely agree.
For that first goal as well, you know,
they're just winning the ball back so quickly, Brighton, each time that we can't get on the ball at all.
It's too easy for them. It's just too easy, especially when you got Sarr making those kind of mistakes there in the middle and just giving the ball away. It's just sloppy. Sloppy.
And then,
are you kidding me?
They're through on goal. João Pedro takes it wide. Great save, Vicario.
I can't believe we should be 5-0 down. Who gave that ball? Was that Porro? Who gave that? Whose back pass is it?
It's Pedro Porro. They're too close to each other, Ben Davies and him. It's this touch here where he takes it a step wide. It's a brilliant save from Vicario.
It's a fantastic save.
Because he just stands up enough. João Pedro tries to dink him, and he just stands up enough. It's an unbelievable save, I have to say.
Unbelievable.
But it's another corner to Brighton. This is huge now. We have to stay strong here. Because if we concede from a set piece here, it's all completely pointless.
Come on, Big Vic. Come and grab this. Come on.
This is ugly at the moment. And lots of opposition fans laughing at us at the moment, no doubt.
I'm not surprised.
It's a deep one. Nobody challenges for the ball, and it breaks to them again, and we clear it. 5 minutes added, as you said. Sorry, Amir, just in case anyone didn't hear, because I'm talking too loudly and too stressfully. But you've got to give it to Brighton at the moment. They've played really well. They're in again down the left.
This is just so easy for them to get in behind us. Again.
And they're in the middle. And they're stronger in the tackle. And they're, again, stronger in the tackle. Højbjerg's done well there, to be honest. Now, can he pick out a pass? Go on, Brennan. Have you got the pace for this?
Decent ball.
Yes, you do.
Now just
Chance
take him
for Johnson
on.
here.
Take him on.
He looks stressed on the ball, Johnson. No, chance for Richarlison. Oh, he's hit the post.
Unlucky, Richie.
Do you know what? He's done everything right there, Richarlison.
But you see what I'm saying about shooting? Just take the ball and shoot.
Højbjerg with a great ball out wide to Brennan Johnson, who runs it as fullback, takes it inside, and just puts it on Richarlison's foot. And Richarlison does it all right. Hits it first time. It hits the outside of the post.
He's unlucky there, Richie. He's very unlucky not to get on the score sheet.
Ah, that's good. Shows he's confident that. Because
about
5 games ago, he would have taken a touch there.
Would have taken a touch, yeah. No, it was on a plate for him, but it was a difficult angle.
Could be a bit of luck for us here. It's been given as a corner when it definitely wasn't. Get on the end of it. Oh, Ben Davies had a chance at the near post there. He should have done better, you know.
Should have done better.
In-swinger whipped in from Porro. Ben Davies gets ahead of his defender and just gets too much on his 50p head. Doesn't go in, miles over the bar. 47 minutes gone.
At least we're creating a couple of things here. This is giving me a bit of confidence for the second half. We are creating some chances now, finally.
Yeah. Our member, Kaylee Davis, thanks for being a member, says Vicario is otherworldly. I'd agree with that, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Democracy, wait until you play Bournemouth. They're better than Brighton. At least that one is at home. That's all I can say about that one. Davis and Johnson, very poor, says me S. Well, it's been poor all round at the moment. But what we needed was one of those kind of half chances to go in, really, to kind of change the momentum of the game.
Still a few minutes left here. We can create one more big chance before half time.
I kind of go on, put him in. Oh, well done.
Go on.
Put Richarlison in across the front. Stay onside, Rishi. Another corner.
A bit too slow.
I thought Rishi got so basically Kulusevski got the ball on the left flank. Richarlison was free in the centre, but I think he'd gone too early and was maybe a bit ahead of him. But either way, Decky couldn't get the ball across to him. It was well defended by the fullback there. Another corner, another opportunity for Spurs. Come on, change the momentum here. 3 corners each so far in this game.
Come on, Pedro. Good ball in here. Come on, you doggy. Get on the score sheet again. Come on.
Don't just put it into the keeper's hands here, Pedro. That's a good ball again. Oh, it's well cleared, but it's coming to Højbjerg, who's not the player you want it to come to, probably, and he turns away, and probably rightly. Wait for the right ball on here. He's turned his mat. He's going to the byline here, Pedro. Pierre. Oh, Now James Milner has a transition. Look at Emerson Royale. That is what Pat Matasar could learn from. Busting his gut to get back there. Brighton have the ball on the halfway line. Oh, well done, Decky. Get that ball down. Well done. Chance here for Decky. There's no one with him at the moment. No. He's been... Yeah, that's 50-50. That's not a foul. He's been bundled off the ball. There's going to be a... Oh, I thought Pedro was going to dive in there. Milner. Loves playing well against us, doesn't he, James Milner?
Unbelievable professional.
Yeah. 48.5 minutes gone. And they're just playing a mid-range ball through behind Ben Davis, and they're in again with Danny Welbeck. It's a good touch from Welbeck. They're going to be in here. Yeah, Welbeck's having a great game. Stand up. Stand up. Well done. Don't give it away there, Decky. He wins a foul there.
That's a booking as well.
Yeah, he could have booked him there. It's a 50-50 tackle, and he comes off second. Kulusevski.
It's late.
Something big has to change second half, and I suggest the only way we can get back in this game is if we can nick the next goal. Can we make one more chance? Udogie gives it to Son, just past the halfway line. Udogie gets it back. I'd be giving the ball more to Udogie, you know. He's getting the kind of most space, and I just think he's the most dangerous on the half turn. No, Sonny! He luckily got the ball back there, but he tried something too intricate.
Come on,
There's a lot too much intricacy in this.
That's it.
Udogie gets it to the byline. He's got a lot of time. Oh.
Come on, Sonny.
You know what Sonny's going to try? It's wide. He tried his top left-hand corner, and it's gone wide. But one thing I can say is now I think we have at least made it to half-time at only 2-0. Not something I want to be saying, but as Amir has said, and correctly, it could easily have been 4 or 5-0. That is half-time. Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Brighton and Hove Albion 2. Tottenham Hotspur 0. Wishful thinking on my behalf there, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Tottenham have absolutely been ripped apart in that first half, Amir. What can Tottenham Hotspur do to change the momentum of this game?
I think a change is needed, to be honest with you, Barnaby. I think we're going to need to change something in the middle. We need a bit more creativity in there. And for me, Gio is the man that needs to come on at this point. Something needs to change. We're not quite clicking there in the final third. We have created a few chances towards the end of the match. And obviously Johnson was in behind there in a nearly 3-on-1 position where really, you should be scoring from that kind of position. So on another day, it could be 2-1. But then again, on another day, we could be 4-5-0 down. They've hit the post twice. They've created other good chances. And it's just been too easy for them, really. In our final third, instead of making it difficult for them, it seems like they've got the reign of the pitch and they do whatever they want. They're managing to get in behind,
At will.
Yeah. So it's very, very disappointing. And, obviously we can look at the injuries that we've got, but we would expect our lads to put in a little bit more effort and like you said, legs there in the middle and try and, get into half time with a decent opportunity to get back in the game. But unfortunately, we're 2-0 down. Ange's going to have to, really, really light them a rocket up underneath their asses there in the dressing room. Yeah. And possibly make a change.
One thing that disappoints me, Amir, is that Brighton have played 26 games this season. This is Spurs' 20th game. I think this is Brighton's 27th game, and this is Spurs' 20th. We should have more legs than them, despite the fact we've got the injuries. Brighton have got 10 players out as well. In terms of kind of playing devil's advocate, yes, Brighton are further down the line of the project with De Zerbi. They've been with him more, so each player in the squad knows their role better, probably. They've played it for longer at least. So you can say that. However, for me, I think it looks like some players are kind of 5% off it today in terms of the energy that they're putting into it. Now, there can be extenuating circumstances. Good atmosphere at the away ground. It can be quite intimidating, lots of atmosphere. And obviously we conceded early and it sets you back, etc., etc. But I think Big Ange in that changing room right now will be giving them an absolute rollicking and saying, what is the point? If we lose this game, say 2-0 or 5-0, what's the point of going into it unless you're going to be brave on the ball and put it in 110%? You can't give any less, because at the moment, I hate to say it, they're looking a bit Man United-y, by which I mean when United lose games and you see on like Sky Super Sunday Roy Keane going absolutely nuclear in the studio, they show clips of players jogging backwards. And there's been a bit of that tonight, and I've not seen that under Ange much this season. And And I think there is an element that maybe Brighton are playing, kind of zipping it about so well that Spurs players aren't quite sure where to be. I get that. That can happen. But they have to give 100%. And if that involves putting some 50-50s in and some reducers or whatever, do it. Because at the moment, we are not in the game. If it involves getting the away fans more into it by, going down injured when you're not injured or claiming something where it's not there, Danny Welbeck, he felt a bit of a tug on the shirt and he went down. We need to be smarter, we need to be cuter, and we need to be braver. And I think Big Ange will say that. He will say, there's no point us going down here like a damp squib at 2-0. Yep. Get on the ball, get brave, make some chances. As you said, take some shots from outside the box. Don't pussyfoot it around like Arsenal of 15 years ago under Arsene Wenger, or 10 years ago when they were always trying to score the perfect goal. Get some shots on target. We had one shot first time from Richarlison. It hits the outside of the post.
Yep. Oh, I completely agree with you, Barnaby. Everything you've said there, you're spot on. And I think, like you said, Ange will be furious because if we don't go down at least fighting here and get a goal back and get back into this match, what have we gone down to the South Coast to do tonight?
Yeah. And do you know what? It's almost as if they've got off the bus after, a 2-hour journey or whatever, in some traffic or something, and their legs are tired. They need to get back in this game. I agree with you. Gio Lo Celso might be a good call because he always wants to get on the ball. Yeah. He can take it on the half turn, and he likes to take the game by the scruff of the neck. At the moment, those three centre midfielders, Højbjerg's actually done all right, I think.
Okay,
but none of them are like, I want to boss this game. And Billy, I think you said it before the game, Billy Gilmore in the middle, along with Milner's playing really well as well, and Gross, they are bossing that midfield.
They are bossing that midfield, and they're just controlling the game. They're dictating the pace of the game. Whereas we're used to coming on the front foot, creating. They've just controlled that, and I think Ange will be furious more than the 2 goals that we've conceded. He'll be furious that they're running this game, and they're creating chances at will. I think what you were going on about there as well. The key thing for me is winning the balls and showing that fight. Yeah. If for that first goal, the way João Pedro moved on the wing, there were 4 or 5 players around him who could have made a challenge. None of them put their foot in properly, and then he managed to get the ball out on the wing to Hinselwood. So I'm looking for us to be first in the challenge in the second half, try and be more on the front foot, and if we can, obviously a bit more clinical there in the final third, because if we were clinical in the final third, we'd be back in this one already.
Yeah, and I think realistically, if we were to get an early goal in the second half first, I know it's like, dream scenario, Brighton, with all those changes, suddenly going to start doubting themselves, and we can maybe turn things around a little bit.
Exactly. It's not all over here for sure, and football is a game of 2 halves. I'm just hoping that Ange will make a little change. I know that he likes to stick usually with the same 11, but I just think that really a Gio in there would help create a bit more. And we know those opportunities from outside the box, Gio Lo Celso can whip them in. We saw how good he was against City.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I have to say, I think, we'll go to some comments in a minute, but I think it's going to be very easy right now for the Spurs, particularly the Spurs Twitter fan base, to talk about, like they do, the kind of Bermuda Triangle of players. Like usually, I think it's Dyer, Højbjerg, Davis. Davis and Højbjerg obviously playing today, and blame things like that. I actually don't think I can think of one bad pass from Davis where he kind of passed it straight to their centre midfielder. But I actually think Royale and Davis and Højbjerg have done all right. But one thing I would say is none of them are blessed with the ability to drop a shoulder like Mickey van der Ven can, for instance, in Davis's situation, or the way that Basuma can in where Højbjerg is. And obviously Emerson Royale is not blessed with the bravery on the ball or the passing ability of Christian Romero. So that is taking 10% away from our play on the ball. And that is, I think, allowing Brighton to say, we can take more risks and add another player into the press. And that is happening. But are these players, or are they not, absolutely top-level Premier League players? I don't mean like elite Premier League players. I'm talking about top-level Premier League players. They're all on over like 50, 60, 70 grand a week. If you look at the 2 squads together, you'd say, who should be better at that? Lewis Dunk and Van Hecke, the centre-back for Brighton, or Emerson Royal and Ben Davis? They should be much of a muchness, but we're not putting them under the kind of pressure that we are being put under. And that's what I want to see. I just want to see us kind of level it out in terms of the hard working, the desire. If anything, transport Conte in there to give them an absolute rocket up their ass for 5 minutes only.
That's what they need, honestly. Like,
I don't mean that, by the way.
The lack of desire here has been, it's been there on show. I mean, we're second to every ball We're second in every tackle. It's been a very, very frustrating watch, I'll be honest with you, Barnaby. And I was nervous coming in here before the match, because this is one of those games. It's one of those games that we need to get something out of. Yeah. Now that we're in the situation that you're in, I'll bite your hand off for a point, to be honest with you. If we can somehow get back in this game.
Yeah, excuse me just looking at the computer, but I've seen someone comment, West Ham are winning at the Emirates at the moment. It's very early days, though. Only 15 minutes gone there. Let's have a look at some of the comments from some of our members first. C. Muzzer says Son is a bit shaky today. I completely agree. Yeah. And I've said that over the last couple of days again, couple of games again. And I'm going to bring back my point about Pat Matasar here. Sonny is off to the Asian Cup. I think it's after this game, maybe. Not even. Is it after the Bournemouth game or after this game?
He might be around for Burnley as well.
Okay. Well, anyway, Son is off for the Asian Cup soon. And it has to be said, I don't know, I don't have any evidence to back this up, but we know how important being the captain of his national team is to Heung-min Son. Yeah. So is there a chance that he's 5% off it because he doesn't want to get injured? It's a possibility. You've got to look into it. It does happen quite often when the World Cup is coming up. The last few games, you see players, they just drop 2 or 3%. They don't want to go into the 50-50s. They don't want to put everything into it. And Sonny is just, there's some of the basics are just off with him.
It's something that, it troubles me, when you say that about Sarr and Sonny. I always try and be positive and think, no, a professional player wouldn't let something like that happen. But again, is it not natural that you're going off to a big tournament for your nation and, you are just that little bit reluctant to go into a challenge? It could be. There might be something in it, Barnaby. I like to think positively and think that it's not, but there might be something in that.
I do too. We got a super chat here from Jake Backus. Thank you so much, mate. He says, Lo Celso or Donnelly for Sarr. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah. I mean, I think we're agreeing that Sarr has just been off it a little bit today.
Yeah. I mean, I'd even, I'd look at either Donnelly or Santiago as well. If it comes to the 60th, 70th minute and we haven't done anything, why not put one of those guys in to just, have a run around, see what they can do. Maybe they can nick past the player, with their pace and get on the score sheet. Something needs to change. Something needs to change in this half.
Kong108 says, I'm fuming with this performance.
Me too.
And I think we all are a little bit. But it's going to happen every so often. If it, in reality, if we lose 4 here, I mean, we should be 4 down at the moment. If we lose 4 here, I almost wouldn't mind if it's from us really going for it.
Yeah, that's
really going for it to get the next goal and then they break forward.
That's what I want to see. I wouldn't care losing here 4-1 as long as we actually fight for it and battle. And, like you said before, the next goal is going to be critical. If we go 3-0 down, it's lights out. If we get back in it, if we can nick a goal, Richie, Sonny, any one of them, Kulu, Lo Celso can come in and score, then we're going to be back in this game. And it's going to be, hopefully with those away fans down there making as much noise as they do, we can hopefully even get back into it and,
We're getting a few comments saying they can't hear you that well, so maybe get your chair a bit close to the mic if you can. Let's have a look. Jung Yi says we are trying to accommodate our players. I mean, I think it's more of an injury thing than that, to be totally honest. He also says our players are not playing in their best positions. I mean, I think they would be if there were more choice around at the moment. But that 100%. Does bring us back to, should this be a moment where Ange trusts in his youth players a bit more?
I think it should be. They're there for a reason and they've been doing so well in the under-21s. I think we're top of the league over there. They've been banging in goals for fun. And I always think that, the door should always be open. It doesn't matter how young you are. If you're good enough, if you're 20 years old, get him in. If you're 18, get him in. As long as you're good enough to play, you should be given an opportunity. And that's what they work so hard for, these kids.
Will Triplet says, Brighton quickly realised they don't need to press because we'll just give the ball away. So now they can just kill us. I mean, to be honest, I think that's probably true, but also they're pressing us anyway, and that's leading to us giving them the ball as well.
It's a bit of both, isn't it? We've been very lackadaisical on the ball today. Many of the players I can think of, Davies giving it away, Højbjerg giving it away, Sarr, when we're in the final third, just giving the ball away. We've been a bit poor on the ball and with what we're doing. So hopefully in this second half we can really be positive on the ball, get it into dangerous areas. And then again, that little bit more clinical ability there in the final third, that can get us back on the score sheet. Yeah.
Scorpion Fan for Life says, trust Ange. He has said these youngsters aren't ready. I understand where you're coming from. I think I've said it before. Like, Ange sees them every single day.
It's true.
They've just shown the first goal there, and now they're showing the penalty incident. The first goal, I have to say, yes, João Pedro had a lot of space coming in off the right, but it just kind of ricocheted a bit like a pinball and dropped. And Destiny Udogie was just tucked in a long way, and he had 2 men. For some reason, he had 2 men with him, which shouldn't really happen, I have to say.
But then you make your own luck. You know, look at the West Ham goals against us. You know, they can be deemed as lucky as well. But you make your own luck, and we haven't been making our own luck by not shooting. In that first 20 minutes, we had plenty of opportunities on the edge of the box to take a shot, do something with it, and we faffed around with it and ended up losing the ball.
Jake Backus, says City play their youngsters, so do Newcastle and other clubs. We need to as well. Look, I agree with that. I know they do. Man City is a bit of a different animal because Man City basically spend untold riches on stealing the best youngsters, cherry-picking the best youngsters from not only around their catchment area, but also around the country. So their youngsters in their academy, of which they've spent hundreds of millions on literally the physical element of their academy, which is called the Etihad campus, that is around the stadium. They cherry-pick the best coaches. They cherry-pick the best young players. So it's not quite as simple as that. Spurs work in a different way. What I would say to people who say you should just play the youngsters is, why do you think Ange isn't? If you are watching the under-21s and the under-18s every week, like a lot of people, like let's say Windy Coys from the Extra Inch, I know that he sees a lot of games and a lot of other kind of Spurs influencers do. I don't. So I can't be the one to be like, yes, you should play him, because Ange sees them every day and there must be a reason why they're not ready. Now, if he brings on Jamie Donnelly, say, and Jamie Donnelly has an amazing game, then look, I will fall on my sword and I'll say, look, maybe Ange should have done this a bit earlier. But for some reason, he feels like he's not quite ready for it yet. And I have to say, I'd be surprised if 2-0 down at the Amex at half-time is the moment where he's going to say to him, you come and change the game for us, boy.
It's a really, really tricky one, you know. It's a baptism of fire, I'd say. If you stick him in, 60th, 70th minute, 2-0 down in the Prem.
Yeah.
Very, very tricky. But then again, if you come on and you do score, it's almost genius by Ange. So sometimes you do have to take a risk.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's probably worth taking a risk at some point, but maybe he'll wait till the 70th minute, 65th, 70th minute. The Spurs players are now coming back on the pitch. They came out after Brighton, but not too far after. It's not like they're being kept in the changing room or sent out early, which sometimes happens when you've taken an absolute bollocking. But to say that Ange looks like the Godfather and that he's angry would be an understatement. We know that Ange did have Christmas alone because his family went off back to Australia. He said that in the pre-match interview. Now it looks like he could do with some more time on his own to let the steam come out of his ears. He's absolutely livid. Philip Hewitt says, turn your mic up. Okay, fair enough. But we've done it. So there we go. All we can hope for here, second half, it looks like there's a change. Is it for Spurs? The assistant referee or the fourth...
I think it's Brighton.
Yeah, Estupiñán is coming on.
He's back from his injury.
And Igor is coming off for Estupiñán. So no changes for Tottenham Hotspur as yet.
See, I was saying he always likes to, around the 55th, 60th minute to do it, and sometimes he doesn't do it at half-time. We'll see. See how we go.
Espen Anderson has come in with a super chat. Thank you so much, Espen. He says, wow, we should be 4-5 down already. Worst defending I've seen in years. Brighton just casually hanging around in our box. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. Disagree.
He's hit the nail on the head there.
So, Brighton have kicked off, and in pattern forming style, they have the ball and are just playing it around. Let's see what happens. I need improvements from Son. Kulusevski needs to be a little bit more impressive on the ball. And like you said, Amir, I just want them to stop trying to score that perfect goal. Højbjerg's played a good ball into Kulusevski here. Richarlison's miles offside, I think, but he's in. He's taken a bad touch. He scored,
but yeah, he looked soft.
He looked about a yard or two offside, but it was an unbelievable finish across the keeper.
But at least that's something, That's something.
Let's see.
He was well off. He was well off.
Yeah, he went too early.
He was well off. But at least that's something,
Showing he's confident, though. It's a great finish on his swinger across the keeper.
That's why I didn't get too excited there, Barnaby. It looked off.
They're in again here. They're in again. That's really good stuff from João Pedro. He's
a handful.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's keeping Evan Ferguson out the side, isn't he? So.
Well, he's quick, but also knows when to get his body in the way to hold the ball up. That was very impressive.
Good technically, very good.
Ben Davies bringing the ball out. Richarlison's got to hold that up and doesn't. What's he given there?
Given them a foul.
Højbjerg's given a foul away. Deary me.
But again, that was us not being able to get out the press. Richie, sloppy touch.
Yeah, so you're right. You're dead right. So the ball has been played from Ben Davies into Richarlison, who comes from the halfway line to collect it back to goal. And he tries to lay it off first time to Højbjerg, but gives Højbjerg like a bouncy ball, and the Brighton player nicks in first, and then Højbjerg pushes him in the back. I mean, Richarlison's just got to put his foot on the ball there, to be honest.
I think so too.
So now they have a free kick about kind of 40 yards out. They're going to are they going to dink it over the top? We're playing a high line on our 18-yard box. Tell you what, the 40 here, who is Buonanotte, looks like he wants a dig, but he's walking away from it. Gross is going to knock it to the back stick where Milner, that's all right, isn't it? Oh, it should be.
Corner. They're already putting us under pressure here in the opening few minutes.
Yeah, I guess Pedro has to clear that, but really, Milner's got a bit lucky. He gets it. It comes to him at the back stick on the volley on his left foot, and he kind of shanks it, but it doesn't go off, and it just goes to the byline where Pedro Porro is better safe than sorry and heads it out. But we have not looked safe defending corners, and this is going to be another in-swinger. If we concede a third anytime soon, this is going to be an ugly, ugly night. And not an enjoyable midnight 30 train home from Potter's Bar for me. Højbjerg, arms all over Lewis Dunk, and not even looking at the ball. So, but they're friends. They're friends. But you can't. It's so mad how this is allowed, isn't it? Sorry, there's a bit of a wrestling match. Højbjerg's got his arms all over him again. Corner comes in. Be strong, Vic.
Don't know who that's
another
come
corner.
Off.
Vicario thought it was a goal kick, but it's gone off for another corner. Richarlison's got a bang on the head. Well, that is a goal kick. Lewis Dunk's right in front of the keeper here. Højbjerg wasn't able to go with him completely. What do you think? Is that a corner or a goal kick? They've got another corner for it.
Yeah, I think it might have just come off the gloves of Vicario there, to be honest.
Outswinger coming in. Sarr does all right at the front stick there, gets out for another corner. I mean, what I'd love is for us to have this kind of pressure.
I'm right with you there.
Yeah. Third corner on the spin. In it comes, outswinger again. Well done, Pedro Porro.
You know, I'm just thinking all this pressure has just come from that poor touch by Ricci, that poor ball, sorry. That's all this pressure, this last 5 minutes of pressure.
Yeah.
It's all come from there.
But we press Brighton and they go back to their keeper. So it was a good clearance from the corner by Pedro Porro. Oh no, they're in again. João Pedro's got the better of Royale. Udogie's in a decent position. But Brighton have the ball again just outside our box on the flank. They're just playing with us a little bit here, to be honest. And you can do it 2-0 up, obviously. But we need to do something to change it. They're playing some lovely stuff. That's a poor ball, though. Vicario will get that one. 49 minutes gone. Spurs haven't really had the ball in this second half, have we?
No.
Ben Davies.
We need to just be a lot better with the ball. We need to find players in the right areas and not be so lackadaisical, giving it away again. As I'm saying it, Ricci has just played a terrible ball and they're in again.
Richarlison actually did the harder work there by keeping it with his back to goal and then turned and played a terrible ball. Milner down the side. Vicario with safe hands on the floor there. Play and rolls it out quickly to Ben Davies.
That's it. Quick. Get it up the pitch. Go on.
Where's Kulusevski going there? Okay, Sarr now has the ball at his feet. Open it out.
That's
okay,
it.
Brennan Johnson on the right now.
Now, go at him.
Oh, he's played an early cross. It's a good cross. Oh, drops to Brighton on the edge of the box again. Who could have done with that dropping to us. Udogie does well. Son has got to keep the ball, and he doesn't. Another example of weird decision-making from Heung-min Son there. Again, there's something not quite right with him. He looks like he's just carrying a little knock or something. Well done, Emerson Royale, winning the ball there. Drops to Sarr. He's got to play it easy. Pedro Porro gives him an option outside, but he comes back inside into the more congested
This is a
middle.
bit better, though. This is what I want to see. Us dominating the ball. Now it's about creating the chance.
Son.
Go on. Oh,
What's he doing there? Tries the double step over, comes inside and just plays a bad ball that Kulusevski can't pick up, but they've just cleared it and we've got it back. He's not looking great here, Son, and Højbjerg has just lost the ball by trying to take it down the line, and they've kicked it off him for a throw-in to Brighton. Scorpion fan for life, says Son, come on. PJO says, as I said before, by the end of the season, all this Ange hype will have become a distant memory. We'll finally realise that his training methods are probably producing higher injury risk. Well, I have to say, that's a good point. I read an article from Ange, a quote from Ange from when he was at Celtic, and they had a lot of hamstring injuries in their first season. But it's not a fact that it can't work. It's a fact that coming from a different type of training and a different type of play, it takes their bodies a while to get used to it. To adjust. So It's not totally unexpected, but it is unfortunate, that's for sure. But hopefully what you're saying is that maybe they'll be more used to it by next season.
I hope so. I really hope so. Look, the one thing that as well, does give me a little bit of confidence is that it's not just us with the injuries, is it? If you look throughout the Premier League, you've got so many teams there with players out. I'm thinking that it's just the amount of, extra minutes that they're playing with the stoppages, all the extra games, all the extra competitions, the Nations League, the this league, the that league. It's a lot of football to be playing, and then you add in all the travelling as well that they do for all of that.
Yeah.
It takes a toll on the body for sure.
I think for anyone wondering what would have happened over the last decade with Tottenham teams without Harry Kane, you're kind of seeing a classic example tonight. A guy who, as you said earlier, Amir, used to kind of bail us out of these situations time and time again.
Time after time.
Richarlison just had a chance to hold the ball up again, but Lewis Dunk, much stronger than him. That's always going to be the case. We need to be a bit cleverer with our balls to him.
Sonny's not doing as much pressing as well up there. That's it. Just as I said it, he did
and
brilliantly.
Ball to
Go on, Richie. Oh, he should be burying that.
He turns on his right foot, tries to place it in the far corner, and it's just wide. Son won it back up the pitch. That was good, as you said.
I'll take some more commentators' curse with their Sonny not doing the pressing. Suddenly does the pressing, and we have an amazing opportunity there from Richie. Son's won it back and just played it in there.
Do you know what? Lewis Dunk has done well there.
He's blocked off the angle.
He's blocked off the angle for the far post, so that in Richarlison's peripheral vision, he knows he has to set it out wider.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the angle wasn't quite there.
No, he did well there, Dunk.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go on.
They're
Brennan's
getting a bit
in here.
nervous here. Come on. What was that?
And Richarlison was off. Richarlison is going too early with his runs. And he got it passed through from Bren Johnson. He just tries to cutely play it through his legs, and he saved it anyway.
How many more goals would he have if he could stay on side?
It's close, but he's gone half a yard too early there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It just falls not on his right and not on his left there a little bit as well. But again, made a couple of chances there, but we need to be clinical, and if we're not, they will score the third, and this will be a horrible last half an hour of this game. Johnson does well there. That's a foul and a yellow card, I think, but he's not got the yellow card, obviously, because this ref, so far, keeping his cards mainly in his pocket.
They're glued to his pocket, I think.
It can't be too long till Gio comes on, I don't think.
No, he's got to come on. We need a bit more creativity there in the middle.
Decky, turn away. Yeah, needs help.
Where's his mask on? Didn't he have a mask on?
He's taken his mask off for the second half.
The mask is off.
He had it on because it was giving him so much good luck, and then at 2-0 down, he's like, yeah, no way, mate.
Took it off.
Good stuff between Sarr and Porro there in midfield.
Nice nutmeg there.
Okay, and it comes out to Destiny. Drive at him, Destiny. Sonny's made a little run. It's come inside to Decky. Put him in.
Go on.
Decky's in.
Go on.
Handball. That was a handball. That was a handball.
Gotta be.
The first one was a handball.
Gotta be.
It looked like it was away from his body as well. Let's see what happens here. I'll be honest, when I say it looks like it was away from his body, I'm not sure. I don't know. But we've got the ball again. Another chance. Well defended by Lewis Dunk. Spurs have the ball again. Let's see what VAR
Come on,
says.
we need to get back in this. Let's get a goal. Come on.
Oh, he won't give a pen for that.
He won't give anything for that. Son's going crazy.
And now Brighton have a chance. Brighton are in here. There's a guy at the back stick who's totally in.
No.
Good block, good body shape from Emerson Royal. Stops the initial pass, but Welbeck is still on the ball. And there's Milner is now back in at the back stick. Have they cleared that VAR check?
That's good defending.
I haven't heard VAR check cleared yet, but
I got to see it again, but it did look like a pen on first look.
They must have cleared the VAR check, right? Because the commentators aren't talking about it. And now they're claiming Richarlison has elbowed João Pedro. Get up.
Well, they're going to start playing the tricks of the trade on us now, just wasting time.
Oh my God. They've given a yellow card just because he's pushed him. Like he's held him off.
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
Right, let's see this then. From the shot from Udogie. Oh, it doesn't hit his hand, does it?
No, it's not a
arse.
handball. It's not a handball.
But do you see what I mean? It doesn't break for us perfectly there. If it goes under his through his legs, it's a goal. Son then kind of went down too easy in a 50-50, which shows the kind of
It's a foul, though. It's a foul. That's a foul.
Anywhere else on the pitch, it's a foul,
Yeah,
but he's
that's
never
a
given that
foul.
in the box.
Yeah, Angie's very frustrated by that decision. I'm with him on that.
56 minutes gone. Richarlison just gets a booking. Brighton now have a free kick kind of wide on the right, and they're going to get it into the box.
Don't lose your heads, lads. Don't lose your heads. We can get back in this. If we nick a goal, we're back in this.
Yeah,
just
that was
please,
a bit of frustration from
don't lose
Richarlison
your
there.
heads. Don't lose your heads like against Chelsea.
Yeah, he's had a few chances, Richarlison. I would give the credit for Lewis Dunk on that last one, though. He got his body in the right place. Good defender. Gross takes the free kick. Oh, it's bouncing about again. They're after another handball. Ball off. That can't ever be a handball. He's literally kicked it from a millimetre away. Ball off.
No, that's
just
not
honestly, VAR is ruining football because it's making players just appeal for everything now. Oh, mind you, if that hits Højbjerg's hand above his head,
has he looked like he's tried to block it from hitting his head there? No. Let's have a look again. No.
Doesn't hit his
That's
hands.
never a handball.
and it sounds by the crowd sounds like we've lost the ball already. Have we? Oh no, they're still checking VAR.
Play on.
Yeah, VAR check over. 58 minutes gone, and Emerson Royal has the ball with no options. Has to go back, surely. Oh my God. Okay, he's just shielded it.
What would you give for a Christian Romero to have his hamstring magically healed for Bournemouth?
I'd give quite a lot of money.
Yeah, me too.
You doggy, another foul in the back that ref's not going to give anything for. And now he's calling us back. Although it wouldn't have been a great ball, but... Brighton making their second substitution of the night. Oh, 2 more substitutions, in fact. Okay, so that's one of the guy who's on the booking, Buonanotte. Probably a smart move.
Smart by De
Belieber
Zerbi.
is coming on. I think it's fair to say I don't know anything about it. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Cool and Richardson are dog water lol, says Marlon Campbell. Let's see, have we got another super chat there? Oh no, I've already done that one. VAR is ridiculous, says Surf South. Football has turned into a joke. Thanks VAR, says Daniel Wright. Kind of don't disagree with that, I've got to say.
Yeah, I'd bin it. I'd scrap it as well. I'm with Ange on that.
Look at that. The ball went to a doggy in central midfield there, and he was pressed all the way back to having to pass it to Vicario. We're not... Oh, that is a terrible ball. We got away with one there.
Big time.
And then we've given it away straight away again. We are a dog's mess at the moment, I have to say.
The midfield's non-existent as well.
We need to get Gio on because he will give more. He will give better angles for those passes out of the back four that Sarr and Højbjerg just aren't able to give. We're a very workman-like side at the moment. We don't have any threat really from midfield, certainly. Brighton now down the byline. No one pressing the cross here. It's come all the way back. Porro does well. Don't lose this, Sonny. That's a foul. How many times?
They've been fouling Sonny all game like that, and that's why he's been so frustrated.
Do you know what? This is something that's been talked about. If you think about the Villa game and the West Ham game, they know that but they can get at Spurs by being physical. And for some reason, refs don't really care. Okay, Kulusevski has come out on the right-hand side and has got a bit of space now. Porro's made a decent run for him, but he declines to use him. Brennan has to come and get that ball.
Waiting for that ball. Why are you waiting for the ball there,
He has to come and get that ball. And if Brighton can... Yeah, they played through. They're in on the left. Pedro's in here. Royale, stand up, Royale. Well done. Okay, stood up. So he's making him make another pass. Well done, Royale. But that pass is always on. And that came, as you said, so the ball was played through to Brennan Johnson. It was a good opportunity, but there wasn't quite enough on the ball, and Johnson just waited for it instead of coming to it.
But that's really, basic.
The stats are Brighton. Sorry to interrupt, but Brighton have made 11 fouls to Tottenham's 3, and we have a booking, don't we? And they have one booking.
Yep.
They're playing professional foul. Oh my God!
Terrible ball there by Emerson, just giving it away in our own half. It's so lackadaisical. I don't understand it.
Well, I have to say, when it comes to that, Emerson that's not his game. I'm afraid passing out from the back through the lines is not Emerson Royale's game. He's not a centre back, and that's why, amongst many other reasons. Deary me. Labouring is the way I'd say it at the moment with 60 minutes gone. I'm slightly wondering why he's not looking to bring Gio on. Look, Brighton just toying with us at the moment. And that's a handball.
Go on.
Okay, we've got a little break on here. Make the run for him, Brennan.
Go on, Kulu. Go on, Richie. Finish.
Goal.
Yes! Come on, we're back in it. Come on.
Flag's gone
Offside again. Oh,
I didn't think Rishi was off there.
I didn't think he was off there. He looked onside to me.
Lovely finish.
Oh, that's 2 offside goals for Richie. Come on.
Is it the first one? I wonder if it's the first one somewhere. No, there is no first one.
No, it's the...
Been out.
Oh, he is off. He is off again. It's just a yard, but that yard makes all the difference. And he didn't need to be offside there. He didn't need to be offside.
It was a lovely finish.
Oh, man. I thought we were back in it there for a second. But look, it just shows you we can create. We just got to be onside.
Oh, and they're in. They're in. Pedro's in with just a straight flat ball. Ben Davies does well. Goes off for a corner.
Vicario's going absolutely ballistic. And I understand him. It's just been way too easy for them to get in behind us.
Brighton, renowned for their beautiful football, and they have been playing some beautiful football, but every so often, similar to how Man City do with Edison, they'll just play a long, flat one, and because of the high line that Ben Davies and Emerson Royal are playing, despite the fact neither of them have any pace, Pedro is in every time. Oh, he's having a shot here from 20 yards. What a goal! What a goal! Oh, my God, and that's a Stupinan who's just come on. He stuck it in the top right-hand corner. When it's not your day, it's not your day. Tottenham, this could be an ugly last half an hour now. Unbelievable strike. Reminiscent of Eric Edman against Liverpool from back in the day for Spurs, but you don't close down the men, and they're elite football players. Sometimes they're going to put it in the top right-hand corner. Sleepy Mocker says, that's it, go home. And I think some of the away fans probably will be.
They probably will be, yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to take your hat off and say...
It's an unbelievable strike.
But any danger of closing him down?
No one closing him down, giving him all the time in the world to hit that, and he has. He's just put it in the top bins. That's an absolutely world-class goal by Estupiñán. But again, it's poor defending. It's poor. No one's sprinting out there to put pressure on the ball.
That, to me, is a perfect example of exactly what I was talking about at half-time. The players aren't putting in that 10% where you have to hit them.
They're not.
You have to close every ball down, and it's just as Gio Lo Celso was going to come on.
Too late.
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late.
Jason Green, I could have saved that, come on, Vicario. I think a little bit of gallows humour coming from the comments here.
Yeah.
Oh, dearie me. Lo Celso comes on. Good luck, mate. Who's he on for? Pat Matassar and Richarlison off as well.
For who?
Brian Hill coming on. Would not surprise me at all if they do us 5 here.
This is the thing. Show some fight, Tottenham. Show some fight. You've scored 2 offside goals. Just get a real goal. Come on. Let's get on the score
Sonny goes
sheet.
into the
Come
9
on.
now. Brennan Johnson with the ball. No, too late, Brennan.
Shoot!
Hang on. We're just playing a bit of football outside their box now on the right-hand side. No, you don't have to play that extra ball, though. I take something from Brighton. They're not playing that extra ball. João Pedro now down the left. This is not a laugh.
He's been unbelievable today, that João Pedro.
I mean, he's had the space of like 15 double-decker buses today. It has to be said. We've won the ball back there.
Where's he going?
Well
Go
done.
on.
Put him in.
That's it. Come on, Dickie.
He hasn't got the right foot for this, unfortunately. He's going to try, though. It's a bit late, yeah. Go on, Brennan. Win a free kick or something here. No one there.
But now there's no one there to head it with Richie off.
Weirdly, since we've gone 3-0 down, we've put like 5% more effort in. And Brighton fans chanting the De Zerbi song. I have to say, they've had a rough bit of form, but I've wondered whether they're about to have a statement performance, and they've been all over us today. It's rough at the moment.
Yep.
Deary me. Yeah, Andy Townsend and CoCom saying, I wouldn't want to play against this Brighton team at 3-0 down. I completely agree. That's going to be their ball. Well, all right. Throw in. Penderapora now has it on the right touchline, and we go back to Royale. No Romero to 4 to 5 weeks is an absolute killer blow, along with all the other killer blows we've got.
It's a long, long injury list.
Brian Hill on the ball. the lesser spotted Brian Hill. He's playing on the left-hand side. He can get a
Come
cross
on,
in.
Hill.
Oh,
Go
he's
on.
driving at him.
He's done well there.
Yeah, gets a cross in, but hits the first man. And Welbeck holds it up beautifully. It's something that we haven't been good at today. Look at that.
Look at that. It's fantastic by Brighton, to be honest.
Højbjerg gets his body in the way well there. And decent defending from Højbjerg there. 67 minutes gone. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Tottenham Hotspur 0. As Emerson Royal brings the ball out of defence, and Sonny gives the ball away. And there's a huge hole in centre-back now.
I'm having flashbacks to Kane's unbelievable hold-up play and thinking if we
but
had
they've given
him...
the ball away. And Gio, that's not the ball, Gio.
Look at that, again. Wasteful. If Kane was in this match, holding up the ball for us, I hate to say it, but...
Yeah. I
Be a
blame
different
myself.
story.
Oh, and Emerson Royal has just shown the first bit of actual willing to clatter
Fight.
someone of the game from a Spurs player.
We needed to do that from the first minute.
Completely agree.
Oh,
Spurs laughing stock because we have a laughing stock manager, says Espai. I mean, I get the feeling that maybe there are some people coming on this who aren't Spurs fans because I cannot believe that. Razbus says same points as Conte after 19 games, but the standard of football, I mean, not tonight, but the standard of football is so different. Now they're bringing on Evan Ferguson and another player. They're making their third and fourth subs of the game. Trade Royale to Wrexham, says Surf South. Carabo Maffa, Kulusevski needs to be the sub for Maddison in future. Need to get a right wing and a left wing. Look, it's been a bad performance, but I'm not going to put a gun in my mouth about this. Brighton are a good team. They can do this to anyone. They've done it to Man United a couple of times. I just think we've been 10% off it in our work rate. And it'll be interesting to see whether Ange comes out in the post-match and says that. Because you cannot go into games like this and not work as hard as the opposition. They're going to be in again in a minute. Brian Hill works hard. Don't forget, we have an instant match reaction after this game, followed by a fan show. Oh, dear. Brighton just killing us down the left now. Royale does all right. Wins the throw-in. Amir, how are you feeling?
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit depressed with this second half performance. I wanted at least us to come out, show some fight. You know, okay, we scored a couple of offside goals, but just to go 3-0 down, no hope in getting back into this one. It's done and dusted. You know, I honestly, I would stick on some of these kids now. Let Kulu, let some of these guys who, you know, have been looking leggy, get them off. Get some of the kids running around there. Maybe they'll nick a goal. Maybe something can happen.
He's just brought Valise on, actually,
Yeah, so
for
Valise
Brennan
has
Johnson.
come on.
So Son presumably will come. Hill will come to the right, I would have thought. Son to the left,
top,
Valise up front.
Yeah, something like that. I think that is more of a threat there. That is more of a threat with Valise.
I guess at least it means if we get some crosses in, there's a chance.
Yeah. But I think that's right by Ange, because this match, you know...
What did Højbjerg get booked for here? What's he been booked for there?
Shouting. Complaining.
Oh, and we've got a throw. Oh, no, it looks like Sonny's out on the right, does it?
Yeah, Sonny on the right. Is it Hill on the left and Valise up top? Yeah, I think it is.
He's actually as tall as Lewis Dunk, Valise, but he's not got the strength, the kind of physical, the same shape.
Oh, it looks like maybe Sonny's gone into that 10.
They've cleared something up. It wasn't Højbjerg who got booked, it was Moda of their team. So.
Okay.
Commentator saying Spurs won't give up. I mean, there's an argument to say that desire-wise, we gave up quite a long time ago. And Gio Lo Celso, he's got the ball back somehow, but he just did the maddest bit of madness. Destiny, it's a good spot here.
Have a shot.
Turns away.
Have a shot, you doggy.
Yeah. I mean, I think Destiny should maybe have had the first shot.
He was in a great position.
Go, turn. Brighton now with 11 men behind him.
Come on, let's get back. Let's get back in this. Come on.
That'll be a foul. Chris Organ, how can any of our players look tired? That's ridiculous. They're super fit pro footballers. We're not the ones in Europe. FFS.
Yeah.
Will Vance agrees with you. I'm here. Shoot the ball. And Ali Merchant says, I'm genuinely starting to cry. Don't let it make you cry, mate. It's Christmas. Don't let it make you ruin your Christmas.
Don't let it ruin your day.
Brighton are a good team. They'll do this to other teams as well. If you're anything off it against a team like this, you will get absolutely dominated. And we'll dominate some teams like this sometimes as well. But at the moment, we are down to the bare bones. And You can tell.
It's showing.
Yeah.
It's showing. It is showing big time. And if this didn't convince any Spurs fans that we need some additions in January and in the summer, don't know what will.
Yeah. A stat just came up. Only Nottingham Forest have conceded more than Spurs this season now.
Wow.
And that's a foul. Any danger of a booking? I guess not. João Pedro foul Kulusevski on the right-hand side. Guys, you're not going to feel like it now, but if you feel like following my podcast, the Spurred On podcast, where I give you daily Tottenham Hotspur content, please do go to my handle at @BarnabySlater_, which is in the title of this show. Give me a subscribe, drop some likes to some of the content, press that bell button where you get the notifications when I'm giving you that sweet, sweet content, and hopefully there'll be some exciting stuff to talk about coming soon, because tonight is not going to be the answer, that's for sure.
No, we'll need a big rebound against Bournemouth on New Year's Eve, that's for sure.
Bournemouth are absolutely flying at the moment.
They are. Solanke's, he's in fantastic form.
Brighton are just, it's so easy for Brighton. This is ugly, really ugly. And they're in down the side. And a chance for a shot to Ferguson. That could be a pen,
That looks like a pen.
He's given a penalty.
Yeah, it looked like a pen. It looked just so late.
Who came from behind there?
Lo Celso. Yeah, it looked like Lo Celso. It just looked like a really clumsy challenge. And we're just,
sometimes
we're digging our grave deeper here.
Sometimes you just have to laugh. No. It's a penalty.
It's silly. It's so silly.
I did say I could see it being 5. It's 73 minutes gone. They've got a penalty to make it 4. This is going to be horrible. And there's going to be some questions asked, I think it's fair to say.
A lot of questions asked. That's 2 silly pens in this game.
Yeah, it's been agreed. Second penalty of the game for João Pedro.
Come on, Big Vic. At least do something. Come on. This just shows you that... Is it being cancelled?
They're making sure that Brighton weren't offside in the build-up. No, he's not.
No, he's not offside.
Probably should be. Royale and Davis should be able to... What is Lo Celso thinking there? He's only just come on. Oh, dearie me.
Should he have been on at half time?
It's a penalty.
Should he have been on at half time?
Yeah, maybe.
He came in too late when it was when we were 3-0 down already.
We could end up 6 or 7 here,
This is very worrying. Very, very worrying.
Yes, this would be João Pedro's 8th scored penalty of the season. Literally, Spurs have only had 1. Yeah, the most of any player in the European League. My bet is he'll go the same way. What do you think? Bottom left.
I think he's going right. Keeper's left.
He does.
Yeah.
4-0.
Great penalty. Great penalty. Oh, and they're just twisting the knife in here, Brighton. Very, very disappointing by Spurs today. Very. Just didn't look up for it from the first whistle there.
Yeah.
Really didn't look up for this one.
Yeah, we've allowed them to just dominate every facet of this game. Yeah. And very, very intrigued to see what Big Ange is going to say after this, because it's going to be hugely important to how the players can come back. Nicholas Walker with a super chat. I blame the players for the first half. I blame Ange for no changes this half. Not happy, but we go again. Live by the sword, etc., etc. Yeah, I agree. It's a tough one, and I don't think Ange is going to shut up shop to make sure it doesn't turn 6 or 7. So it could easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, every so often, if you look in Ange's history and his past, every so often his teams get an absolute beating because of the way they play. But the thing is, we haven't had any of the positives of it either, really. Like, we've had some chances, a couple of offside goals, but
I think it comes
we've never been in charge of this game.
Never.
Brian Hill has just lost the ball by being soft, as per.
That epitomises the whole match there. Brian Hill giving the ball away in your own half. Lackadaisical yet again.
Oh.
That's how it's been the whole game. And it's not just been Hill. It was Sarr before him and Davies, and it's just all of them. All of them have just been very, very wasteful with the ball. Richie not holding up the ball well.
And when you're so far ahead, you can just toy with the opposition. And they're just playing easy 1- and 2-touch football here.
Emerson's done well there, though.
Yeah. Emerson's now making a break into centre. He's now on the right touchline. Oh, and a good cross.
Decent ball.
There's no one in there.
Oh.
And now there's no one at centre back. And Brighton have the space. Oh, it's a yellow card coming up for Ben Davis, I think. Not Ben Davis, sorry, Udogie maybe. Udogie did well there covering. I think there's a yellow card coming for Spurs, but we were nearly on for another one. 13 minutes to go. This might be one of those ones. I think we've just kicked the ball off the pitch. This might be one of those games where the ref doesn't play that much added time because he doesn't want it to embarrass one of the teams. I'll be honest, what I didn't expect, it was Pedro Porro who came in late and is presumably going to get booked.
Petulance.
Too late. I would have preferred that to be in the first 15 minutes of the game.
It's like we've done everything backwards here today. I don't understand it. We only started playing and getting angry at 3-0. Why did it take to get to 3-0 before we started? Don't really get it. And I honestly, you know, that last comment there that came in, as much as I don't like to criticise Ange, I do have to criticise him for this one because I do think a change was needed there at half-time, and he waited until the game was done and dusted to even make a change. So I think this one is not just on the team. This one is all round.
Yeah. And we're getting, unfortunately, some Christmas puns from the commentator who's just said that this turkey has been cooked for Tottenham tonight. Brian Hill going nowhere, as per usual, loses the ball.
Is he good enough for this league?
No. He's not strong enough for the league.
No.
And he just makes the wrong decisions, and he will, I dare say, get a loan with option in January.
I'm tired of bringing in all these players who just don't fit, you know. It's like we go through them like socks.
Well, I think Paratici, you know, to be honest, Paratici's recruitment over the last few transfer windows has been pretty good, but Brian Hill is not one of them. And, you know, I would take Destiny Udogie on the basis that maybe one other isn't going to work. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, I think you're right, though. I would have definitely had Gio Lo Celso on earlier, despite the fact he gave away that penalty. But Brighton fans just loving this. What a Christmas present for them. Spurs just being toyed with and running about aimlessly at the moment. It's ugly.
You've got to feel for all our travelling fans that went out there to get this kind of performance, you know.
Gio has just
not
won
enough
it high
fight
up
in
the
it.
pitch and a terrible through ball to Sonny. Adam Jones getting battered by rejects like Milner and Welbeck. Wow, play some of the youngsters. Not sure if they're rejects. I think they're just a bit older.
Yeah. But I do agree about the youngsters, though. I would have just...
You can't bring them on at 2, 3 or 4 down away, though. You can't. No. It's demoralising for them. You just can't. You can't. There's nothing for them to win. If these players can't do it... Oh, I tell you what, we're in here. Sonny's got a chance. Got to whack it. Oh, he's crossed it. Chance.
Finish.
Felice, is it?
Yes!
Felice has got his first goal for Spurs.
Come on, Felice.
Good for him.
You see, this is what I'm saying, though. If you do put the youngsters in...
That goes exactly against what I just said.
Exactly. You put them in, they might nick something, and that was from nothing. We nicked the ball.
Oh, I'm pleased
Sonny
for the
put
kid.
it in for Felice. It wasn't a great touch, but he put the ball in the back of the net.
Do you know what?
That's
I'm pleased for the kid.
counts.
So Decky wins it up, a bad tackle from Brighton, and then Son crosses it. It's a bad first touch, but on his right-hand side, which I think is his swing, I'm not sure, actually. Decent finish. 4-1.
Decent
Game
finish.
on.
Come on. We're back in it. Come on, you Spurs.
And an assist for Sonny. Yeah, it's a good finish.
It's a good finish.
I'm pleased for the kid.
I'm delighted for him. He's obviously working hard. And this is what I mean. Like, right now, I would go and just stick in Donley, Santiago. Just stick one of them on. Let them run. The game is done. The game is done.
That goes against everything I just said, and it shows I don't know fuck all.
Sometimes it's that commentator's curse. It happened with me earlier with Sonny there when he was actually doing a bit of pressing and we created that offside chance.
Meanwhile, I'm going to shock you here. A player is down for Spurs.
Is it
Kulusevski
Decky?
was absolutely wiped out in the run-up to that, and he stayed down. And is he going to be? Is it an ankle? Let's have a look.
It is.
Oh my God, that's a red card, and it
it's gotta
snapped his
be.
ankle.
It's got to be a red. That's got to be a red.
That is his ankle ligaments.
That's got to be a red though.
Where's VAR for this? Lewis Dunk has just done the ligaments of Deki Kulusevski in the run up to that. If that doesn't go to VAR, that is unbelievable.
The last thing we
Darcian
needed.
with a super chat, waking up at 3:30 a.m. from Malaysia just to watch this. Yeah, I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah.
This is terrible news. Kulusevski out, probably now. You got to assume he's still on the ground. Lewis Dunk, he's been booked for that apparently. Lewis Dunk.
Only a yellow. He's gone in high, studs up, and he's caught him around the ankle area.
His studs are up, and it's on the kind of the bit that sticks out of your ankle with the. That's exactly.
That's like Romero's.
That's exactly what happened to Romero.
That's got to be a red.
And what I have to say is, there's a lot of people on Twitter, showing a lot of stills of people's that's like Romero's that I don't agree with, but that one actually was.
That one was. It's actually a very good finish by Veliz. He only had a small part of the goal to aim for there with the players closing down. I think Deki's going to be all right.
Kulusevski's on his feet, so my call of him being out for 6 years has been slightly over-exaggerated.
And
They're bringing on Jamie Donnelly.
Here comes Donnelly.
Who,
Come on.
Has copied Phil Foden's haircut very now with the fade and the kind of flat fringe.
It's a bit Foden-esque there.
7 minutes to go, just the 3 goals needed to take a valuable point.
Let's get another goal. What can happen? You never know. You never know. Let's keep at them. At least that's the spirit, At least getting one back. It's not such a trouncing. And look, we have created chances. There have been chances in this game for us. It's just Ricci wasn't onside for the 2 of them. Yeah. Could have had 2 goals there. Johnson in the first half with that great opportunity when he was through on goal. So there are a few little tiny positives.
He's clearly going to take Kulusevski off just in case, isn't he?
Yeah. Looks like it. Ange doesn't play around with that kind of stuff. No.
Well done, Pierre.
Go on,
win something.
Go on, that's it. Oh, ref.
And another non-yellow card.
They know they're fouling. This is just part of the way they play Brighton. They've known to come here and try and break us up by just doing as many little fouls as possible.
Yeah. Oh, Pierre. Ben Davis has just made a horror pass into Lo Celso, but they've given it away, Brighton. Oh, and we've given it away again.
This is so sloppy. This is just so sloppy now.
Brighton are in now down the left. 15's a big old boy, isn't he? Who's he for Brighton? It's enormous for a forward player.
Looks like Tom Huddleston.
And Brian Hill with a lesser spotted winning the ball back for Spurs.
Come on, Khili.
Udogie runs it out. I'd say to Udogie, just take it all the way yourself, mate, to be honest, at the moment.
Come on, Khil.
Give it to Destiny. Yeah, in down the side now.
Go on, put it in. Put it in.
Get some height on it.
Oh.
Just saying, get some height on that, and Veliz might nod it in. We've won a corner. Too little, too late for Spurs.
Veliz is fantastic in the air. Should have put it up there.
They're going to take the corner quickly. Pedro's going over there.
Come on. Let's get another one. Come on, Spurs.
I'm pleased Kulusevski stayed on, I have to say. I was worrying. They've taken it quickly, but Hill is running at them. Yeah, and it makes a bad decision. Gets the ball back, luckily. Chance to cross for Porro. Too deep.
Go on! Yes!
Ben Davis!
Come on!
4-2. 5 minutes to go of normal time, but with that injury, possibly a lot of extra. Great cross from Pedro Porro. Anyone who doubted that there'd be goals in this game.
Oh, there you go.
Ben Davis at the back stick. Let's just double check there's no offside. So Brian Hill took it from the... got it back. Lays it out to Porro. Be onside here, Ben.
He
is onside. His arm isn't, but he is.
He's onside.
And he beats Dunk in the air. 4-2. Go on, get the next one. Well done, Ben.
Can you imagine if we get another 2 here?
I mean, it would be even better than when Newcastle drew 4-4 at home to Arsenal, having been 4-0 down. But look, at least it gives us a bit of momentum going into the next game. Do you know what I mean?
This is what you need. This is what you need.
Hold on, they're checking VAR now, obviously.
Please, don't do this to me now. No, give the goal. Give the goal. He was onside.
The rule used to be that the benefit went to the attacker, but that rule has been taken out of the game by the madness of VAR. It's taken them a long time. I think he was just onside from the angle I saw.
Yeah, from what I saw,
yeah, it's a goal. 4-2. 4-2. 6 goals in this Christmas classic.
At least, 10 minutes stoppage time? So we've got about 14 minutes left here, hopefully.
Well, in any other game, you'd think they'd find 10 minutes, right? But you bet in this one, they'll find like 3.
3, yeah. Yeah.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Tottenham. We're back in it. Come on.
Oh, no, Vic. What are you doing?
He's messing around with it. Come on, big Vic. Up we get.
I'm not sure about that throw you've given him there, but they've cut to the crowd. Just show that a lot of Spurs fans have left. Show us the game. Ben Davies. Come on, boys. Tell you what, this will put a little bit of doubt into Brighton. Sonny gets the ball again, and on his touch, it goes 5 yards away from him. It's been a bit like that, but we're down the left.
If we get another one, they'll be absolutely bricking it.
I kind of wish Brian Hill wasn't on the pitch now, to be honest, because of things like that. We've won a foul. Hill actually did well there. Won a foul. A chance for us to whip it into the box.
Come on.
And put them under some pressure. Don't take this one quickly. Get it in the box. Get it in the box. Yeah. Get Pedro to whip it into the box. I agree.
That's it. That's it.
That's where it was, ref.
Come on, Alejo. One of you guys. Get your heads on this.
Now stay on side. Good delivery and stay on side here. Porro. He's already got 1 assist.
Udogie's good in the air as well. Come on, Udogie
Royale
should
is
be
up there. Pierre is up there. Ben Davies is up there. Kulusevski at the back. And Sonny just playing in an offside to try and draw the defenders back. Good delivery here, Pedro. Too deep.
No.
Too deep.
Terrible
Poor delivery.
Ball. Terrible ball in there by Pedro.
Yeah.
He's very frustrated there.
Very frustrating. But still, keep the pressure up. Come on. Come on. Passes completed. 3-5-6 Brighton, 3-6-5 Tottenham. That's 2 teams trying to play it the right way, but they've been far superior at their passing than we have today. Their passing and movement has been far superior. You can't deny it. 84% pass completion each. Brighton now going long with the ball every time, which should give us more chances to win the ball back and get some forward play.
2 minutes left here of normal time.
Now they've won the ball up the pitch here now, Brighton.
Ooh.
And they're just playing it around. He's in there, yeah. They're going to run it into the corner. Don't foul him. Emerson, don't foul him.
Well done, Emerson.
Oh.
And then he's giving it away.
Oh, and Gio's trying to give another penalty away. I don't think that one's going to be one.
There's nothing in that. He needs to get up.
Okay, Spurs have the ball again now with Ben Davies. Get away from him, Gio. Get away from him. Give him an option. Thank you. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg now in this DCM. He plays it long.
Ball.
Do you know what?
Decent
Son's
ball.
in here.
Go on, Sonny.
I tell you what, he could have gone down there and won a red card. And instead, he's given away a handball, I think, or the ref hasn't given it. But the guy actually bumped him. Did you see him? Could have got him sent off there.
I think he went down at the wrong moment there,
I think
Sonny.
he did as well. Oh. Okay, that should be our ball. Destiny's won that back. Be strong there, Valise. Okay, we've got the ball back with Destiny. Drive. And Brian, make the run
Just
for him.
go.
Well
go
done,
yourself.
Destiny. Get it across the front now. Go on.
Go on.
Brilliant! Oh, a chance for a chance for Brian Hill. Destiny Udogie did unbelievably. Got to the byline, cut it back beautifully for Brian Hill, and he air-shotted basically.
Oh, he fluffed it completely. I think he barely made contact. What an opportunity to get a third.
Brian, don't drive at him. You haven't got the pace to do this, mate. You haven't got the pace to do this. He makes the wrong decision most of the time.
He needs to get the ball in quicker.
We've won the ball back again. Gio Lo Celso has played a good ball into Sonny. We need you to do something here, Sonny. Brian Hill taking an early cross. Okay, that's a good ball. Lo Celso.
That's it. Swing it round.
9 minutes added time.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
We've
Show
got
us
two
the
against
game.
Sheffield
Show us
United.
the game.
Come on, let's do this. Come on. Go on, finish. Finish.
Oh, he's tried to cross it and it's come out to go. You've got to cross it as well. Oh, a terrible cross from Brian Hill.
Why are we not shooting? I don't understand this.
Yeah, it came to Kulusevski on his right, and he should have shot it like he did in the game a couple of games ago.
He was going to rocket it in.
Yeah, but he didn't. He crossed it, and it still came to Hill. Spurs making chance after chance now.
Come on, we're still in this.
Destiny
Come on.
Udogie is limping, but he's still making runs, and he gets to the byline again. Cuts it back to Son, but it doesn't go to Son.
Unlucky.
Now Brighton on the transition.
Got to win it back.
Well
That's
done,
it.
Højbjerg. Wins it back. Really
well
put in 10 yards there. That was excellent from Højbjerg. Gio now getting to the byline. Comes
What?
across. Valise!
Oh.
Good defending from Lewis Dunk. Comes back to Højbjerg. Shouldn't have let that bounce, but he's made the right decision. Wins it back again. Spurs really pushing now.
Where were we? Where were we for the 80th minute?
It's because Brighton are sitting back. They're sitting back. They're resting on their laurels. They're absolutely shitting themselves here. Kulusevski's going to dig that. Not a goal.
Wrong
Went
decision.
for the far corner and he should have crossed it. Should have crossed it. Oh, wow.
But this is what I wanted to see, though. Some fight in the lads, you know. that Valise goal's, giving us a bit of confidence to get back on the ball.
Lewis Dunk is down on his haunches, holding his hamstring. I think it's probably cramped, but that should give us a bit of extra. I don't mind this. He's sat on the floor, and I don't mind it. Give us a bit of extra because we are piling the pressure on Brighton here. If we were to score another one with 5 minutes or so to go, it is properly game on.
Game on.
Brian Hill with that air shot, very disappointing. Came across him on his left foot, and he snatched at it. He needs to do what Rishi did in that game at home against Everton and use the pace of the ball to cross it into the far corner.
It was a great
They're bringing Lallana on to add a bit more added time to it. I'm not sure this is the right move from Brighton to get more added time on this, Come on, boys. Come on. Anything in the next 3 or 4 minutes could make this really interesting. Dunk is back up now, and it looks like the game is going to continue. Get some balls in the air to Dunk. The Brighton fans now absolutely cacking their pants. It's good to see, frankly. So, Lallana coming on for João Pedro. Another centre mid. That makes sense because we have been bossing it in that central midfield. Lo Celso now whispering to João Pedro as he goes off to have a fight with him. Lo Celso is an absolute idiot. Because he's just got the fans into it there, Lo Celso. You're an idiot.
Really silly.
You are mug.
Really silly.
Literally just followed him off. He's probably going to get booked, is he, for that?
Silly. Silly. Focus on the football, lads. We're back in this.
We've literally got ourselves in a position to put them under pressure. Now he's got the fans back up.
And wasted
idiot,
2 minutes.
Celso,
2 minutes of time just went on that.
That took a couple of minutes there, so they've gone long again. Porro whacks it further up the pitch. Who's going to be brave here? Don't foul him, Valise. He's good in the air, Valise, isn't he? Look at that.
He's done really well.
Oh,
ref! If that's not a foul, I don't know what it is.
We've won it back.
I don't know what a foul is in football anymore if that's not a foul.
We've won it back. And Davis gets it out to Brian Hill with a bit of space here. Give it early, though, Hill. Little Cruyff from Hill. He's done well there towards the byline. Now he's got to find an option. Does. Lo Celso. Back to Brian Hill. He's going to give it to Højbjerg. Bad pass. Takes it on his wrong side. Does well. Opens it out to Emerson Royale now. Halfway inside their half. Kulusevski. Chance to cross.
Good ball.
It's a good ball.
Oh.
Magnetic Lewis Dunk there. Kulusevski does well. Back out to Porro. Maybe tries too early, but Valise tries to be too cute.
Unlucky.
Pass it through to Son, but they just whack it clear. And
he could have been selfish there, Valise. He could have taken a touch and shot.
I think he could. Porro back to Vicario with a throw in now.
Come on, lads. Let's get another
94
one. Come on.
minutes gone. Vic, you've got to do this quick. Out to Ben Davis. The way that they have sat us off us has just called us on here. It is likely to be too little too late. That's good from Lo Celso.
One more. That's it.
Udogie is in on the left. Can he make a good pass in? Go on, drive at him, Udogie. Oh, they're just trying to find the extra pass again. Oh, he's hit the post. Højbjerg chance. And it's gone wide. Cleared off the line.
Handball again for that.
They're asking for a handball. Estupiñán has cleared it off the line. Spurs have come on so strong in this last 10 minutes. We've taken the corner quickly. They're waiting for a handball check on a VAR, I think. But Andy Townsend thinks it's his hands down by the side. They've reviewed it and they've cleared it. Oh, yeah, his hands were behind his back.
That's not handball. Doesn't look like
We've hit the post again. Anyway, corner comes in. Chance! Oh, dearie me. Who's going to go for that? Okay, get it out wide. Oh, no, there could be a big transition on here, but Gio in a good position. Needs help. Gio taking it all on his left foot.
Decky's there.
Good decision, Brian, for once. Now, don't lose it. Well done. Give it to Decky.
Decky's there.
All right, Decky's on his left. He's going to want to cross this in for sure. Plays a good... Plays the ball off the pitch. Hill had made an inside run. It wasn't the right decision, because even if Hill had got to that ball, he's on his wrong side. 96 minutes now of the 99. Great effort from Højbjerg. Bends it into the far one, which is... We're just doing the replay. Hits the post.
He's unlucky there, Højbjerg. He's very unlucky.
Okay, now what a game. What a game.
They promised us exciting football when Ange came. They weren't wrong.
I've asked them for desire. They've given some desire in the last 10 minutes, but I think it's as much to do with Brighton dropping off as it is anything else. Well done, Brian Hill. Well done. Okay, we're just trying to get it out of the back four. Royale is now trying to break... play forward, and why not? Okay, here we go again, out to Decky on the right. Good run in from Valise down the corner, but no. Decky, you got to find a right pass here. He does.
That's
out
good.
to Gio Lo Celso.
One more.
Good ball.
Finish!
Oh, a chance for Son, who has been so off it again for the second game in a row.
That's actually a great chance.
It comes to Son past the back stick on the volley, and he tries to kind of pass it in rather than maybe if he got his laces and hit it across the goal. What do you think? It's just in the side netting.
It's a difficult one, you know, because the ball's coming away from him. So it's a really tricky finish. But he should be doing better. Should be putting that on target, making the keeper work from that kind of position there for me, Sonny.
We've made chance after chance in this last 10, 15 minutes, but not clinical enough.
No.
And Brighton are just going fully direct ball now. And their ball boys, not surprisingly, nowhere to be seen. Royale to Porro. We're in our own half again. He's going to have to go back to Vic, who's going to open it out to Ben Davis, presumably. 2 minutes left of the 99, but quite a lot has happened in that 9 minutes with injuries and substitutions. So there should be about 111, I think, all being fair. And they're just showing João Pedro here. He's been given man of the match, and that's fair enough. He's played well. But Spurs now need to find a way through this press again.
He took his gifts really well, didn't he?
What a terrible pass he's just given Emerson Royale, who goes down. Well done, Royale. He does well there. Felt it in his back and goes down.
Unfortunately, Barnaby,
good ball there, yeah.
We've gifted them, you know, the two penalties are gifts.
Yeah.
Silly by Lo Celso, silly by Kulusevski, and João Pedro, apart from having a very good game, he's put the penalties, his gifts away.
Brian Hill now makes another break and a good cutback.
Finish.
Go on, fall for us. And it doesn't fall for us in the box again. Chance, though, to win it back. Emerson Royale. And it's a free kick. Gio just throws himself to the ground. Not sure about that one, but a chance to get this in the box. It's about... He's taking it early out to Decky. That might be a good call. And he's given it again to Hill. Again, I'm not sure it's the right ball, but it comes back out to Emerson Royale. Wrong player on the ball here. Got to get a ball in the box here, Brian Hill. Nobody pressurising him. It's a good ball. It was a chance. It was a chance. Was it Son? Was it Valise?
Yeah, I think it was Valise.
Valise at the front stick.
Yeah.
You've said it. Too little, too late from Spurs.
Too late. Too little, too late. But at least they're showing some fight, you know. At least we gone down fighting. It's just... You just think, where were we for the first half an hour? Where were we for the first half?
Brighton were too good, I have to say. We didn't have the required effort, but they were too good. But just shows when you put pressure on a team.
But do you think that midfield was wrong there in the first half? Are we looking a lot better with Gio in there?
Yeah, but mainly because they're just sat back. I don't know. There's a bit of both, definitely. Brian now just breaking down the left. Get off the pitch, and it has gone off the pitch. So it's reached the 99 minutes. I think there probably is still a couple of minutes in this, but can't see us scoring 2 from this now. If the ref blows up now, then it's all wrong because Dunk went down and there were substitutions there. Well done. Tell you what, Destiny's got the ball out wide again.
Off you go.
And that is
that's
yellow
wrestling
card as you'll ever see.
Go on,
He's fouled
Destiny.
him twice. Destiny's dog is done unbelievably through the middle now. Comes out to Brian Hill. I wish it wasn't him, but it is. He's had a dig. It's gone over the bar. Book him. You've got to book him for that. Sorry, as Destiny broke through midfield, the Brighton player grabbed him by his neck.
And he still didn't go down.
No, Udogie is an absolute beast. Yeah,
That
Andy
is.
Townsend on Co-Coms has said how awesome Udogie has been, and I agree. 4-2. 100 minutes gone now. He's knackered. He's knackered, Udogie, and Zerbi is livid.
Don't know what
Zerbi
he's
just
livid
threw
about.
a water bottle. Well, because we could and maybe should be 4-4, to be honest. Still, the game goes on. That's going to be Brighton's throw, I would have thought. I know, we've got the ball. Right, find a way forward. Well done, Emerson Royale. That's the end. 4-2 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Very disappointing performance. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, press that subscribe button and stay with us. We're about to go, or come over to the instant match reaction video, which will be with you in a couple of seconds' time. Hi guys, this is We Are Tottenham TV. I'm here with Amir and we have just watched Tottenham surrender to a 4-2 defeat to Brighton and Hove Albion at the Amex Stadium. 4-0 down after about 65 minutes, and Spurs, maybe 70 minutes, Spurs looked absolutely dead and buried. We were at least 10% off it the whole game. And then bizarrely, as Brighton sat back in the last 10 or 15 minutes, Spurs suddenly got a second wind and made chance after chance, scored 2 goals, and could easily have scored 4 and made it one of the stories in the history of the Premier League. That gives us a bit of momentum going into the next game, but that is not what I think we're going to be concentrating on. I definitely don't think that's what this Spurs Twitter fan base or YouTube fan base is going to be thinking about today. Amir, is it a matter of Ange got some key decisions wrong today, or is it more about the fact that the players just were not at 100%?
I think it's a bit of both for me there, Barnaby, and I'll tell you why. I think Ange at half-time needed to make a change. That's my thought. Watching the game, I thought Lo Celso needed to come on, give us a bit more invention there in the middle, and they were controlling the whole of the first half. They were controlling the midfield. Sarr was looking a bit leggy. Overall, a really, really frustrating match because we basically shot ourselves in the foot twice by giving away very, very silly penalties. And it goes back to the mistakes that, in other matches we've made as well, with the Basuma sending off, with Udogie sending. And these kind of things, if you really want to go for something, you can't be making those mistakes, because in the Premier League, you'll get punished for it. And we've been punished today. On another day, I really do think we could have got something out of this game. We had, as well as the 2 goals that we scored, we had 2 offside goals where if Richie was a yard behind...
Hit the post at least twice.
Hit the post twice. Yeah, they hit the post. They had amazing chances as well in the first half. But if we don't make those silly, silly mistakes to just literally shoot ourselves in the foot and give them the second goal and give them the third goal, it's really, really frustrating for me to see that. And I think... although Ange in his press conference said he's not too worried about the red cards, I'm starting to worry about the silly giving away of penalties, red cards, silly mistakes that they were making to give our opponents a big, big advantage.
So just going back all the way to the first half, I felt like we had a decent first 3 or 4 minutes, but then after that, we really let Brighton control the game. Completely. And Ange is all about Tottenham taking games by the scruff of the neck, making people talk about how we want to dominate games. And to be honest, when I look at that game, I thought we were more in charge of the game away at the Etihad against Man City than we were in this game. Obviously, Brighton are a good team. De Zerbi has them playing well on the basis of, on the back of Graham Potter's good kind of structural stuff that he played when he was manager there. But we shouldn't be allowing a team that have kind of 8 to 10 injuries like Brighton, even though we've got our own injuries, to boss us around like that. And you said it, I remember during the watch-along, you were like, you make your own luck. And that first goal that was scored by the fullback, Hinchelwood, came from the fact that they drove at us into our 18-yard box. There was a bit of ping-pong, and it flew across to the right-back, who had all the time in the world to put his laces through it. And as we know, in the Premier League, scoring the first goal statistically is absolutely huge. And we never recovered from that. No,
we didn't recover from it. And what is so frustrating is that on another day, we could have recovered from something like that. The fact is, we made silly mistakes that cost us so dearly. Apart from the
penalties.
Yeah, the penalties. It's just, I know when you saw the Kulu one, you're thinking, is it, isn't it? I just think if you don't touch him there, you don't give him the opportunity. Okay, Welbeck may have been in and he may have knocked that one in. Yeah. But I'd rather take that than this silly penalty. And, you see the consequences of it. What Lo Celso was trying to do there in the last few minutes, going from behind, I have no idea.
I think this is actually a really good... Sorry to interrupt, but I think it's a really good example of how... Even at 2-0, you have to just stay in the game. Don't give away a silly penalty for a third.
You have to.
Don't, or was it the third or the fourth penalty? I think it was the third.
Third, yeah.
Don't give that away. Don't let them, because as we saw in that last 10, 15 minutes, when the pressure comes on, especially a team with so many changes in, they absolutely collapse onto their own 18-yard box, sometimes their own 6-yard box. We had chance after chance, and it could easily have been an absolutely unbelievable Premier League story.
Yeah, and if that you go into a deficit of only 1 goal there in the last 10, 15 minutes, and you see 9 minutes of stoppage time, plus an extra bit of, you're thinking, okay, I'm still in this, and unfortunately, from shooting ourselves in the foot, we weren't in it. We weren't in it. And that's the real worry for me, is that even though, okay, you can say the teams with the injuries, let's say balance, we're roughly even there. Yeah. The fact that we haven't gone and actually given ourselves an opportunity of getting some points today, for me, is the real killer. But we're going to have to look onwards and upwards because we've got Bournemouth coming up in a few days. And I think, even though we've lost today, those 2 goals and that fight that we did show in the last 20 minutes will stand us in good stead for Bournemouth. It is about putting this one behind us and going into the next match and looking to get the 3 points. I want to see a lot more fight on New Year's Eve, that's for sure.
Although he wasn't directly responsible for any of the goals we conceded, I want to talk a little bit about our captain, Heung-min Son, because I feel very strongly that in the last 2 games, he's been slightly off it, and it's really shown. With Son, he's such an instinctive player, and when he's slightly off it, it really shows to me in how he deals with with his control, with his 5-yard passing, and with his kind of running at opposition defences where he gets the ball stuck under his feet. And that really happened today, as it happened in the Everton game as well. I mentioned it in the watch-along. I'm intrigued to know what you think. Is there a chance that he's got the Asian Cup coming up? He's had, obviously, an injury in the last year. He doesn't want to get injured with that coming up. Is that a possibility? Or, am I clutching at straws?
I don't like to be negative. And I try to always think that players don't do that. But there is something going on here because it's not the normal Sonny that we're used to. It's not that playing the ball quickly, getting it out of his feet. He almost seems reluctant to get it out of his feet and into other players. And he's definitely been a little bit off the boil. Even though he did get the goal against Everton, it wasn't one of his top, Sonny performances. Yeah. So is he looking at the Asian Cup and thinking, I don't want to get injured? I really would like to think not, but there is a possibility. Back of his mind, subconsciously.
Yeah, should mention, despite the fact that he conceded 4 goals, I think Vicario actually had a great game. He made some hugely vital saves.
Without him, 8 or 9.
It could have been 7 or 8 or 9, without Vicario. He made some great saves, and I want to mention Vicario specifically because at the end of the Everton game, it's almost with Vicario now, expected of him from me because I forgot to mention him and he was key to us getting those 3 points. So I want to talk about, I wanted to mention him. Should mention Valise got his first goal for the club.
He did indeed.
He looks very good in the air. He definitely offers us something different, similar to how Fernando Llorente did back in the day under Pochettino. We now have that plan B and we need, if anything, to get more crosses into the box for him when we're struggling in those last few minutes, because he showed that instinctively, although his touch for the goal wasn't great, it was a good finish on his right foot. There wasn't much space for him there.
Yeah, I actually think it's a lot better finish than we give him credit for because there wasn't that much of the goal to shoot for with the players closing down and the keeper. So he actually tucked it away really, really professionally. Yeah. And I do think he offers something different. And that's one of the things I'm happy, out of positives that we can take out of this game. The fact that he's got on the score sheet, that will give him a lot of confidence going forward with all the people that we're going to have missing over the next few months as well. I'm sure he'll get more game time. Donnelly there coming on for the last few minutes as well.
Did he even get on the pitch in the end?
Yeah, I think he did, yeah. So, there are some positives to take from that. There are. Although, the shooting yourselves in the foot thing is something that it drives me personally absolutely crazy because it's just things you don't need to do. You just don't need to do it. I
think we need to talk about the kind of scary triumvirate definitely in terms of the Tottenham fan base of Ben Davies, Emerson Royal and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I would personally say, and you're very willing to get in the comments and slag me off as much as you want, but I think they did all right tonight. I don't think that defeat was anything to do with them in terms of mistakes they made. What I would say is, of course, does the fact that they're on the pitch rather than Romero, Van der Ven and Bissouma mean that we're 10 to 15% down? Yes, it does. That's the reality in terms of their ability to play Ange ball, of course. But did they give 100%? Did they try their best? And did they make any mistakes? No, not for me. They played some bad passes here and there. It's going to happen, especially when you're asked to be brave and it's against your skill set. I don't know what you thought, but I think you can't blame them.
I don't think that. I'd more look at the whole team performance and some of his decision making as well today with the subs. That for me was.
You wanted Gio Lo Celso on early,
I wanted
didn't
him
you?
on at half time. I think things weren't working for us there at half time, and I just think I don't want to be negative against Ange because I love the guy and I think he's going to do a fantastic job for us. But I do think that you need to sometimes, in a game, make that impact sub at half-time. By the time he'd got Lo Celso on, it was already, 3-0? Yeah. So the game was almost done and dusted by then. So for me, you need to make a change when you can actually make the impact. Looking at Højbjerg, Royal, Davies, these are squad players that have come in. I think they've done all right. Emerson as well, you're asking him to play in a position that's not even his position in centre-back. He's done okay. The fact that we do lose that 10-15% that you were talking about, not having Royale in there, Romero in there and Mickey van der Ven and Bissouma, I think that's the 15-10% that doesn't cost you those 2 goals.
Yeah, I agree.
Know?
Yeah, I fully agree.
So we have to try and be positive. We have to try and think that when we do get these players back, Ange will look a lot better, because I think we were struggling. We were struggling getting those balls. The transition from defence to midfield to the final third wasn't there today.
No.
Wasn't clinical today. So I'm hoping that once these players are back, we'll see a different
bit of devil's advocate before we go. Brighton, good team, well coached, know exactly what they're doing. Every player knows their responsibility on the pitch. They will turn over better teams than us. Maybe not better teams than us, but teams of our level at the Amex this season. And we didn't play them after a European game. So that's just a little bit. I want to mention Deki Kulusevski, I think, is now out for the Bournemouth game. I believe,
with the yellow.
Tell me if I'm wrong, I believe that was his 5th yellow. So we're going to have to fill in for him. I thought Richarlison, obviously, his still confidence is up because he scored
Scored twice.
A couple of offside goals. He just needs to chill out on his runs a little bit. And finally, before we leave, Destiny Udogie, an absolute beast of a player, going for 100 minutes, up and down, up and down, up and down. I would go so far as to say he's the key player in Tottenham Hotspur's Ange ball, and we need to keep him fit because we are so much a worse team without him, and even with him today, we didn't play great. Just a final thought on Udogie's performance from you.
Honestly, I think the guy is an absolute star in the making. That run he made there towards the end just epitomises his whole performance. He ran through the play. The guy literally tried to, clothesline him down.
He did.
And he just carried on. He just absolutely stunning, like a tank, really, just rolling in through the whole pitch. I think he's going to be key for us. I said to you before the match, I think our wing-backs, they will be key to us winning this match today. Unfortunately, they couldn't impact the game in the way we wanted to. Going forward, Udogie, I think, under Ange Ball, him and Porro are going to be absolutely critical to us, getting more goals, more on the score sheet, and his defending as well. It's Rolls Royce. He's like a tank. He's huge.
He is
absolutely huge.
Okay, guys, next game, Bournemouth at home, I think becomes a must-win now going into January, when we're going to obviously lose Pat Matasar, Heung-min Son, and Bissouma, who's obviously already suspended anyway. Must win 3 games time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. If you're going to that game, motivation, noise, atmosphere is absolutely huge. We get a win there, we can wipe out this 4-2 defeat. It was a difficult day, a difficult match to take, but positives. We really pushed it at the end there, and I think that's what Ange will be talking about in his post-match discussions with the players, maybe even in the press too. And we just need to look at the positives. We're still in this kind of top 4, top 5 race. There are some strange results going on. I know that West Ham Arsenal game hasn't finished yet, but something interesting could happen there. And we've just got to get another 3 points and hope that the 2 Premier League games away at Old Trafford and the home one in January, we can get some results at too. I'm choosing to be glass half full. I know it's a difficult evening. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my channel. It's called the Spurred On Podcast. In the title is my handle at @BarnabySlater_. Drop me a little subscribe there. And also, subscribe, We Are Tottenham TV. Press the bell button for all your daily content with the boys. Thanks again for watching. We'll be back with a fan show in about 15 minutes time, where you can call and speak to us about today's disaster. And most importantly, keep the faith. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on.